Hey, it's Ross Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. This is RPPR Actual Play Chew, the role-playing game. This is a sponsored actual play. If you're listening to this, the Kickstarter link is live. There will be a link in the show notes. I'll obviously explain this a little bit. And it is a game based on Blaze in the Dark, but its own twist based on the Image comic. If you're not familiar with the comic, I'll explain the setting of it a little bit. But we have with us here 3 players today, and they're agents of the FDA. Oh, and this scenario is called Murder at Grub Con, because there was a murder at Grub Con. And what is Grub Con? Well, we're here to answer that today. So the Chew, the comic, is a in the near future, or in an alternate world where cybernetic technology is way more affordable and cool. There was a bird flu that killed 23 million Americans, and as a result, chicken has been made illegal. And the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, has been given incredible new powers to enforce the chicken ban. And the player characters here are agents of the FDA investigating weird food crimes. This is also a world where people have weird food powers. In the comic, the main character, Tony Chu, is a SIBOpath, which means whenever he eats something, he learns everything there is to know about it. In particular, if he takes a bite out of a person, he learns who that person was and their memories.
I mean, to be fair, a bite out of any like consumable food or meat or whatever. It's not just people.
Yeah, that's true. So he used, except for beets. That is his one weakness. Or his one.
What
safe.
do beets mean?
What
do they
beets
hide?
see?
Yeah. So yeah, this takes this game. If you're a fan of the comic, I'm placing this sort of near the beginning of the comics run. So ignore the stuff that happens at the end of the comic. And if you haven't read it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But there are weird science things going on. There's a lot of weird things going on, and the players here are to get to the bottom of it. So you're 3 FDA agents. And we'll introduce the agents first before I introduce your director, your boss, and before I introduce the case. So, starting with Thad, tell us about your agent.
Oh, actually, hold on a second. I forgot to make my name a food pun.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Right now.
I was just going through like a list of last names earlier, like a regular game, and then I realized, like, wait, I didn't. Oh yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, my guy is Caden Morbeef, who is he refers to himself as a freelance spy, meaning that he is a snitch. He knows a lot of people, you know, in the underground. He's also going to be British because I love doing an accent, mate. You know what I mean? And you know, I know a lot of people out there, work with everyone. You know, everyone likes me. I mix a strong drink, and that gets you through a lot of doors. You know what I mean? And so that's Caden.
All right,
he's good people, except for the fact that you probably can't trust his ass.
Oh, good. Oh, we'll find that out.
He's very shady.
He's very shady. All right. And then next up we have Caleb.
Hi, I'm playing Clint Rudaburger. He is an inspector for the FDA. I took the quirk that I made up called Merizopolarian, which means I can smell chicken cooking at a superhuman distance. But it threatens to drive me mad with temptation. I regard it as part of my upbringing. I come from an ancient tribe of white trash that exclusively lived off of chicken tenders before the bird flu.
Before the bird flu. Yeah.
Too real.
Now I've betrayed my people.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's all that will satisfy me.
Yeah. Nice. I like that. the yeah, so another thing, convention of the series is that all the food powers have weird, very, very proper scientific sounding names.
Oh yeah, sorry, I am a mixo-sicker. I mix drinks and it makes people reveal their secrets.
Oh, interesting. I like that. And then of course we have Aaron.
Oh, hey. I am playing Dinah Mama Maple, who is a recruitment officer for the FDA. Although, and I'm probably messing this up anyway since the pre-gen, but her particular ability, which I found interesting, is Creo. Make sure I get this right. Creo Salt Area. So if I can bring that correctly, but I can craft sweets into functional machinery.
Okay.
So where she is actually very old. She is in her 70s, but still pretty spry for the most part. But she actually started out as a maintenance agent for the FDA, basically keeping everything running on sweetbreads and sweetbreads alone. So until somebody, got into a break room and just completely ate everything back into a corner, and the toilet's clogged up because the pipes are only sweetbread.
Oh no.
But yeah, like I said, yeah, she is just an elder agent who is bringing everybody else into the party. But she also acts as the mascot through the mascot playbook, meaning that she has to be seen at any given point.
Okay.
So she's a massive distraction.
Nice. So it sounds like visually that we have like I don't know, Jason Statham, one of the Trailer Park Boys, and the grandma from Courage the Cowardly Dog, a trio of agents.
He's the best of the Trailer Park Boys. He's a Southern fried gentleman.
Okay, all right.
Born in the wrong era. Chicken's outlawed.
Yeah.
Also, each character has a trouble. And mine is a vice, which I've decided that I am addicted to the increasingly rare substance of Surge soda.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, so Chu uses the Forge in the Dark system, and certainly when you guys are rolling dice, whenever complications come up, I will be looking at your troubles. Instead of just throwing, instead of stress, it's called appetite in this game. If you're familiar with our Blades in the Dark campaign, you've probably heard us talk a lot about stress. So, you're all new agents, newish agents to the FDAs. I'll let you choose. Before we get into this, let's just have, it's a bright sunny day. It's springtime. Things are going great, or it just seems like a great day, which, we'll just go to each one. Let's see here. Dinah, Mama Maple. How do you feel about this day? Is it good, or is this too good of a day?
Oh, there can't be anything. It's like every day can be perfect in its own way. You just have to find the appropriate way. Side, literally taking an apple pie that I've attaching it to a child's tricycle. Now, that's like, you have to remember, you can't take this off-road. This is only for asphalt only. If you do, the squirrels are just going to massacre it, and we'll be back at square one. Okay, Timmy?
What is it? So is it now like a powered bicycle, or is it the bicycle made out of apple pie?
Oh, no, it's just the front wheel of this tricycle.
Oh, the front wheel, okay.
Is an apple pie.
Fresh out of the oven.
Fresh out of the oven, it functions well, and yeah, it's holding weight.
Okay,
where it should not.
Odd or even?
Even.
Okay, well, he does not go immediately into the park. He does stay on the asphalt. So good.
Good for you, Timmy.
All right, so you're just having a nice lunch break, I guess. Waiting for your next assignment at the FDA. So Caden, what about you? Is this a good day or too good of a day? Like, this is a day at work, obviously, at the FDA. Well, so what are you up to?
I mean, I don't know how good a day it's going to be yet, because I've been on the way out today. I've been stopping at all the convenience stores, and they got no surgeon, mate. It's harder to find. I was hoping I wouldn't have to call the guy, but I think I'm going to have to call the guy, because it's going to be a shaky day later on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to meet your guy for some surge?
No, I don't need to meet him yet. There's a couple more places I can check, but it's getting thin,
Okay. So you get a call, Mama Maple and Caden, you get a call that you need to come in. A new case has popped up. So, Caden, you have time to stop at one more place before you go into the office.
Right. I think the good old fashioned Circle K out here, because I'm apparently I guess I'm in America. Gotta see if anything's afoot at Circle K.
Okay. So at the Circle K, there is you get in the store in time to see there is one 6-pack of Surge, but someone else is going for it. Caleb, who's going for the Surge?
It's my cousin. Leroy.
Okay, yeah.
He just got out. And he's,
he needs his own fix. One
of our folk drinks, which is Surge, combined with Mountain Dew, combined with ethanol from a corn still.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's important because that's how the Rudaburger people celebrate. The many occasions in which we get out of prison. So it's very important rite of passage.
All right.
The Surge. Yeah.
Okay. So, Caden, what are you going to do to beat...
I'm going up there and I'm going to bullshit to the man's face. Oh, excuse me, sir. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I flash very quickly my... since I don't have a badge, since I am not an actual agent, but, a bullshitter. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we gotta pick up that Surge as contamination in the local batches, and we got to take that up to the FDA office and have a look at.
Oh, well, never you mind that. That is, that just gives it extra spice, if you know what I mean.
Oh no, this isn't the normal kind, mate. Let me tell you, there's been some different leakages. There was a cross delivery. You got different kind of contamination than normal. It's not the kind that ferments away people like. And I don't want to be that kind of narc, mate. I don't care what someone does in their day-to-day normal, but this is the kind that's not gonna, it's not gonna cook up, mate. It's gonna blow right in your face if it's got what I think it's got in it. So I'm gonna have to take that off you. Sorry.
Listen, we beat you in World War I and in Korea, I believe, to have our freedoms, so we didn't have to call them French fries no more. They're freedom fries, buddy. And so I'm going to have this Surge because this is America, last I heard.
It's absolutely America, mate. Look, if I take down your information, I can get you a case as opposed to a 6-pack of the stuff you're actually looking for. But if that's contaminated, it's going to ruin your batch and it's going to waste the other ingredients, mate. You don't want to.
Wait, a case, you say?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here, hold on. Let me. I'm writing down bullshit contact information here. And it's like, yeah. I mean, look, we got that FDA money, mate. So we're not gonna. I'm not gonna shortchange you. I can take that, and we can give you, full case as opposed to just wasting that and wasting whatever you're putting in your still alongside it. Come on.
Oh well, FDA, you say? Oh, yeah. well, then I got an inside connection there, so I will, give me that information. Yeah, that'll be good, because I can get my inside man to help with that. Yeah, he elbows you. Yeah, sure, yeah.
And since I am in fact shady as my perk, people cannot tell if I am telling the truth or lying without proof.
Yeah.
So if I dig in, which by the way, I'm going to waste appetite on this because my guy is an addict.
All right. I wasn't gonna have you roll, but go ahead and roll.
Yeah, no, I want to charm a guy.
Okay, so what you're charming a person, so
yeah.
Let's take a look here. That is, well,
I want to cause problems.
Yeah. So yeah, you're bluffing your way in, I would say, in terms of the rewards. I would definitely use this charm. So go ahead and spend your 2 appetite. You get +1 die on that. So what is your pool?
So +1 would be 2, and I rolled a 5.
Okay.
As my highest.
All right. So you get the Surge, and
all right, thanks, mate. Yeah, like I said, just call in that number, and we'll get you hooked up straight away. Thanks, mate. Good working with you.
I'm definitely did make a note of that.
The fucking door.
Yep. All right, so Clint, you're at the office right now, because you had a lot of paperwork to do, so it's a working, lunch. But your director, Mr. Tyson Zaxby, walks in. He is, obviously your boss, and you don't like him very much because he's really into, well, he sits down across from you and says, hello, Agent Rudaburger. I'm sorry. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm fine.
I see.
I got a new load of oxygen coming to my scent deprivation chamber tonight.
Oh, yes.
I'm hoping to get some good sleep in without the dreams.
Oh, yes. Yes, because of your... Yes, because of that. Yes, I see. What is it you're eating? That seems highly unorthodox. Is that...
It's called incognito. It's what it's chicken adjacent. It keeps the shakes at bay. Me and my people, we didn't really evolve. We evolved hunting the plains of the great giant chickens of our ancestors.
Yes.
It's a dark time to be a Rudaburger.
Yes. Agent Rudaburger, I would like to direct your attention again to another alternative, which I note I don't believe you've actually tried yet. Pastelant, which I quite highly endorse, is a full of very nutritious food substitute paste that is all you need to survive. You no longer need to eat anything else other than pastelant. And I have noticed a loss. My sense of taste and of smell has considerably weakened, which as an FDA agent, I actually view as a virtue in many cases, certainly in when I have had to visit crime scenes. So I would like you to at least try it so I could at least put you down for an order of perhaps a palate. Now I'm speaking to you solely as a person, not as my, this is a non-official, we're simply two colleagues talking. This is not official and I'm not breaking any ethical
Is he perhaps
guidelines.
A distributor?
I am a distributor, yes. So would you be interested in at least sampling pastelant?
This guy's my boss. Right?
Yeah. He's been in this MLM scheme as a distributor. He has apparently filled his garage with pallets of this stuff, which yeah.
Well, boss man, I would, but it is official business because you have yet to sign my requisition form for the recent case. I give him a blank requisition.
Well, I mean, this is not, you have not fulfilled your end of the paperwork here. I don't even know what this is.
Well, I mean, but that means it is FDA business that is ongoing. You can't have this discussion. As much as I would love to sample pastelant, I would never, out of respect for you and your lofty position within the organization, threaten that with any sort of accusation of misconduct.
I did,
but once office business was resolved,
I'm solely asking you to try it for your own benefit. I'm not obviously going to retaliate or anything like that. That would be highly unethical. And okay, well, okay, I'll take it under advisement. I believe there actually a case has come up. So finish up your whatever, and get the others into the briefing room and let me know when they get there.
I forgot to fill it out. I put on the requisition form whatever Clint wants. There we go. It's all ready to be signed.
I can't. There's no... Get in the briefing room.
There's nothing I can do then, boss. Better get to that briefing.
The bureaucracy wins again.
Yep. So cut to the briefing room. And a very disgruntled director, Tyson Zaxby, is in the front of the room, looking, showing you, the projector has, which is hooked up to a laptop, is showing a website that says, "Welcome to Grub Con." Hello, agents. Good afternoon. I hope your lunches have been productive and fruitful. Because you have a murder case has just come up that it does fall under federal jurisdiction due to the implications. There's just too much. It's a unique situation. This is not simply. The victim and all of the suspects are from out of town. They are all in food circles, and there's a lot to go over. So, Grub Con is a convention for food tubers. They are people who are on the internet who make videos about food. The competitive eaters, cooks, food
these days
collectors.
Probably a lot of TikTokers too.
TikTok? No, they don't have any watches. They don't. They just use their phones.
No, you're thinking about that other the one, the cluck clockers. That's what they're.
Oh, yes. I received a threat bulletin about that recently. Anyways, the victim is a competitive eater, a Sandy Bontel. He clicks a button to guests of honor. Sandy Bontel, big guy, with a ball cap on, eating.
God damn it!
Eating. There's just a photo of him just shoveling an enormous amount of food into his maw. He was found dead.
Wait, that's our suspect. That just looks like
he's the victim.
Okay, that's our victim. It looks like like a picture that's created by an algorithm to make the averagest man possible.
Well, he is quite large. He ate quite a bit. If you look up,
average American.
Not to talk about my people in such a way. Please.
Are we certain that the cholesterol didn't kill him anyway? I find that's the culprit in most of these cases.
No, he was found dead of strangulation. There was an enormous amount of food material in the room, so we're not sure exactly how he was, but he was definitely suffocated. It was called in an hour ago, and the local police have immediately asked us for help because it is. The suspects, there seems to be some indication from the local police detective, that the suspects are other guests of honor. Apparently Sandy revealed, something about angering all the other guests of honor. I'm not sure exactly the details, but they all were quite angry at him. Yes, they were all in this hotel. The security cameras are very poor quality, so there's not much footage of the goings on of this convention. And everyone is there, and the police are keeping everyone in the hotel. But you need to identify suspect as much as possible. But these are a hotbed of illegal chicken trafficking, of other contraband distribution, and they've been on our radar for a while. And this is our in to find out what's really going on in the seedy underworld of food tubing. If they'd only switched to, I don't know, a paste that gave you all the nutrition you would need, perhaps this tragedy might have been averted. But no, they had to do this. So it is. There are 6 other guests of honor. I will provide you a brief summary of them, and he starts clicking through each time. Wastelands, he is a chugger, he able to drink massive amounts of liquid very quickly. There is Sasha, another competitive eater. She has quite a interesting dossier, but then there is Steve 570, a collector and reviewer of antique rations, and apparently loves, quote unquote, that hero food. There is Karen Mitchford. She is noted as being a wine mom chef, who went viral I don't like that word, about adding vodka to a lot of her recipes. Then there is Review of the Week, a Robert Marsh, who reviews fast food. And then there is May of May's Cooking, and her who is assisted by her son Jonko. Those are the prime suspects right now. They all had some reason, but you need to get to the hotel and find the murderer and any other information about contraband distribution or anything else. I want a full report and solve the case. You don't have long before we can only hold them for a day in the hotel before they'll start getting lawyered up and demanding to be released. So you need to work fast. Dismissed. Oh, and it's the Sleep Easy Inn off the highway. Yeah.
High quality.
I wouldn't say anything about their sheets, though. That's
Look, I ain't sleeping in a block of that place, but no wonder they don't have surveillance cameras.
All right. So, in terms of game mechanics, there will be an investigation clock and a complication clock. Each has 6 segments on, and so if either one fails, something bad will happen. So keep that in mind when you're making rolls. And of course there can be other complications as well. So, are you all of you heading straight out to, I'll say each of you have your own vehicles. So you can head out separately, or you can make a detour before you head there. This is sort of the open-ended play before we get to the investigation phase. So you can hit a friend or a colleague, or try and go somewhere else to dig up information before you hit the hotel. Clint,
Pandy, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Sandy Bontel.
Sandy
Bontel.
Yeah.
Sandy Bontel is dead, and all of these people are the possible killers, right?
Yeah, those are the prime suspects.
We're going Agri for
poison.
crispy.
How did he die again?
Suffocation. He appeared to have been asphyxiated somehow. Detective Purdue at the crime scene has more details about their motive.
I guess I will go straight there then.
Okay. Yeah.
Oi, Agent Rudy. Are you gonna need like some smelling salts or something, mate? Because if we're going to a place where they legit know there's illegal chicken trade, aren't you just gonna go screaming mad?
I can hold it together.
All right.
I'm not an animal.
I know you. I'm just trying to look out, mate. We're working together. Got to make sure everything goes smooth.
Okay.
Do you need me to put the chicken salts on the other side of town just in case, so you have a focal point?
You boys don't know what willpower is. You ain't seen the life I lived.
Well, yeah, no, I don't know what willpower is. That's why I got a brown bag full of sodas this morning. Anyway, we going together? We splitting?
What are you drinking that surge for?
For my health.
Oh, you really should be going back to the sarsaparilla. That's at least a tenth of the sugar right now, and it'll give you just as much of the caffeine.
Look, if I wanted to live long, I wouldn't be drinking Surge, so I think I'm fine with all the contents.
Although I will make...
I'm also going to eat a couple of cigarettes on the way over.
All right, dear. But if we need to, I can repurpose that as for some high-octane fuel if necessary.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right. So you all head to the hotel and soon arrive at Grub Con. There are police stationed outside, basically making sure no one sneaks out. Because all the guests of honor and all the attendees have been put here because, again, the FDA has broad powers to stop food crime. So yeah, when you get in, the place is milling around with people angrily tweeting and blogging and vlogging about the crime and being trapped here, and but then there's still seminars and workshops and events going on in the various ballrooms of the hotel. So they haven't stopped Grub Con just because of a single murder. It takes at least 2 murders before they think about shutting it down. It's just a coincidence that Sandy got killed. They canceled Sandy's events, obviously. There's no more autograph sessions for Sandy. But yeah, Detective JB Purdue is there, and he sees, thank God. This is a little above our pay grade. There's just too many of these food people running around. We don't have the resources to figure this shit out. And honestly, this is a mess. What do you want to know?
How was the crime first reported?
During the morning, well, one of the con attenders one of the con organizers, Millie Van Winkle, she has a key to his room because Sandy Bontel is a deep sleeper and doesn't always wake up in times of events, and so she went in and found him dead. And just we haven't moved the body yet.
We have a time of death or anything? Just
sometime last night. We haven't narrowed it down. He was last seen alive an event that ended at 8:00, and then he said he was going up to his room to get some sleep. It was a food challenge where he had to eat a bunch of tacos in an hour. And he did, and people were very happy that he did. Apparently, that he ate all the tacos.
Oh yeah, good for him. Pat on the back for that one.
So 8:00, he goes up to his room and then found dead like 7:30 this morning, and so sometime between that.
Oh, good, a nice narrow slice of time, man.
Yeah.
So, do we know if this was a solo competition, dear, or were there others involved to try to beat Sandy's record?
It was a solo. It was just him trying to eat like 50 tacos in an hour or something. It was just kind of like a grandstanding for his fans. It was a bunch of people watching him eat and clapping at him for an hour. Yeah, that's what they like, apparently. But yeah, the reason why I narrowed down these other these other guests of honor as the suspects is because earlier that day, he at a panel revealed that he alone was going to get a special contract for Foodtube, giving him a higher priority in the almighty algorithm and a bigger cut of ad money. He was bragging in front of the other food tubers, the other guests of honor, that he met with executives to get the deal and just told the entire room that he said he was better than all of the others and that, only he deserved the ad. So he basically went up the ladder and kicked it down before anyone else can climb up. The executives apparently were wanting to give it to all of the guests of honor, but Sandy made it all about him, and they were all visibly angry at him when they found this out. And this was in front of a large audience. It's on Foodtube right now. And
oh well, pride cometh before a colon failure, as we say.
So that's why I picked them. Apparently, it's a lot of money involved. But I haven't figured out. Yeah, we haven't. We kept the scene for you, but yeah. So we got
these 6 people with most likely motive.
Yeah, it's a mess. But yeah, so I can take you to the crime scene. I can get you interviews with any of the people, or you can find them yourselves. Everyone's in here. It's not hard to find them. They're mostly doing their events. Here's a con. Here, I gave you a couple. Here's a couple of copies of the con schedule. So yeah.
If we could possibly get the individual interviews with them, because I know they have fans around and everybody who is wanting their time. So it might be better if we don't cause a scene with them yet.
Sure. Whatever you want to do. So, yeah, at this point you can sort of like, start investigating. Yeah.
I had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Cause one of the bits of my gear is a guy. I know him.
Mm-hmm.
He might just have what I need. But I was actually going to see if I could talk to my guy about looking through the social media and or streams of these particular suspects, since the motel may not have good camera coverage, but streamers cover all sorts of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So might I be able to call up my guy and see if I can find any things that he noticed he might be on the lookout for to narrow.
I mean, I would say you could, but you need to have like a specific question, like was so and so, where were they at this time, or something like that.
All right, yeah. Narrow it down first, and then
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a little like who's the murderer? That's a little beyond them.
I didn't mean for now. I meant like talk to guy and see if I could then tap him later for more information. But
okay,
I want to see the body and where it was found.
Yeah, they preserved the crime scene. It is Sandy's room, so he leads you up to the 5th floor, and the room is frigid, air conditioning. Just Sandy liked it cold, and they haven't touched it, so his body's not quite frozen, but it has been preserved a bit. So he is. He fell. Apparently, Sandy is sprawled out on the floor. It looks like whatever happened knocked him out of bed. And there is enormous pile of food scattered around on him and around him, of varying types. You see some meat. You see some taco fillings. It's a mess. So to get meaningful information, but. For free, I could tell you it does look like it does look like he well, I mean, there's no visible marks on his body. There's no smell of chicken in the room. So whatever happened was not but yeah.
What did he asphyxiate on?
Okay, well, how do you want to figure that out? If you want to use the word salad to sort of guide you, we can figure out what to roll. But that is definitely going to be a roll to figure this out. To give you the this is gather information, obviously, but like this will give you the quality of information.
Trip balls.
Okay.
I want to like full blown get into the mind. Sandy Rantel. I want to Hannibal like become him.
Oh, okay.
His last night.
Okay, so you start.
I do that with the prescription hallucinogens and marijuana I carry with me at all times to dull the chicken stink. But it's legal and prescription.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm just going to go full. I'm going to enter my mind palace and become him.
Okay.
Getting ready for bed. Yeah.
So for you, is it the celestial chicken stand?
Okay. So
I don't know what to roll for that.
Yeah, that would definitely be. That sounds like instinct. You're acting on instinct.
All right, I've got 2 in that.
All right, go ahead. Does anyone want to assist? You're both there. The other 2 are right there. So either one of you can.
I'll go ahead and assist and take an appetite off that.
Okay, so for assisting, how are you assisting? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, you have to touch upon an approach in order to dig in or lend a hand for a cost. So which approach are you using?
So am I using the word salad on that? Oh, the approach on that.
Yeah.
So okay.
So you
specifically, well-aged specifically, I have a lot of experience with crime scenes like this before, where somebody just decided that they were going to have their last meal all at once. Mm-hmm. So this is not the first Vantel that I have seen.
All right, mark off an appetite, and you can roll an extra die there. Clint, go ahead.
All right. I rolled 2 4s and a 2.
Okay.
What that does.
Well, it's like Blaze in the Dark, so it's the highest one that matters. So a 4 is success with a complication.
Can I push myself?
Yeah, you can dig in.
That gives you extra dice, though.
Yeah, that'll give you an extra die.
All right. Anyway, I got a 4.
Yeah. So, let's see here. With that, you figure out which. There's actually a lot of food on here, but there's one piece that catches your eye, and that is you grab it, and it's like it's a meat. It's meat, but it's like shaped like a rope, like intestines or sausage. It feels weird and hard. So it's like aged or something, but when you look at the neck, there's marks on the neck that match the width and the width of this meat rope.
So he was garroted with a sausage.
Yeah. No.
Well, it's not quite a sausage. It's hard because you only got a partial. You don't figure out exactly where it came from, but it is a meat rope. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but I'm British, right? And we're basically sausage experts. Can I take a look at that and see if I can define anything about sausage you found?
Yeah.
Are you trying to determine if this is a death by a banger?
By a banger, yeah.
Yeah, he was mashed by a banger.
Where's Sandy's CPAP machine that he obviously needs to sleep?
Oh, it's on the on the nightstand. It's there.
Was it even hooked up?
It was ripped off. So it's knocked. It was clearly he had it on when he was attacked. Yeah, so there was
he was strangled in his sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
So someone managed to get into the room, and
I assume Sandy is a large person.
Yes, he is very large, both tall and wide, just all dimensions really. Just he fills up a lot of space.
Work of a professional, boys.
So, Caden,
can I roll to study?
Yeah, you can roll
to study the sausage.
You can. So studying the sausage. Probably, I would think because of your background as a lowlife, I would think instincts as well. Like, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take a hard look at this sausage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, 2s.
Okay.
Oh, no.
It's definitely, yeah, you can't really. Something's weird about this, but you can't really narrow it down.
No weirder than the stuff my mom used to make. I got nothing.
Yeah, with a 2, you don't get much information. I will say it's weird. Like something is
Oh yeah, so it's the ones my mom made.
Yeah.
So could I possibly go ahead and smell around and see if there's anything that specifically is off about the sausages or odor or? Okay.
Yeah, you want to smell this sausage?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know what my life was like before the agency.
So how are you you're also studying the sausage? Well, the meat rope, I would say, because
specifically, through smell to see if there's anything particular, and I assume that would probably go through instinct as well.
Sausage is just a meat rope.
Yeah. I would. Yeah. Instinct isn't good for this approach. So that's look like 1 die for you.
Okay. Yeah. Just 1d6. Okay.
Okay.
Just keep failing.
5. So.
Okay. You actually realize it's not a sausage. In fact, it is. It's. Oh my god! This is part of a haggis. It's like the intestinal lining or tubing that connects to a stomach.
Shit! My mom's been feeding me haggis all them years.
Yeah. So it was prepared as a haggis though. So he's been killed with a haggis rope. But again, there's something special about this haggis rope that you can't quite nail down. But yeah.
I don't know. Bag it and tag it, I guess.
Yeah. But you have so in order to crack the case, you have to figure out the 3 aspects of the crime. Obviously the motive, and let's see here, the means is one. So you have figured out the means. Let's see here. Yeah, means, motive, and opportunity. The suspect, the method, and the motive. So you figured out the method. It was you haven't figured out everything about it, but you figured out enough that it was a haggis rope. So once you figure out the suspect and the motive, now you'll need to figure out. Obviously, I gave you a motive, but that's for all 6 of them. Why did? So. You need to confirm which particular one did it, and then figure out what their motive was. Was it that? Yeah. So you've investigated the crime scene. You've been looking at the corpse and all the pile of food around it. So now you can ask more specific questions. You could try and, like, there are video cameras in the hallway. You could try and see if anything happened. And yeah, who done it? So you can split up, or you can stay together. Let's see here, Clint. What do you want to do?
Well, why don't you boys go check the cameras, and I will investigate the all too human fallibility at the heart of this crime.
All right.
So just getting into the cockles of it, I assume. So,
Oh, I'm sure these sick, degenerate food bloggers have something we could turn to our advantage. They're just a den of snakes. I know their type. We were doing milk chug challenges back at the trailer park when I was just a boy. Constant one-upmanship. They're a den of vipers that'll turn on each other the second you throw something in that they want. So
Yeah,
I'll take care of that. Why
he was choked out with if he was choked out with some kind of weird haggis. That could either be somebody's specialty, or it could be somebody's specialty that the killer chose to throw us off. So, you know, since they all might hate each other already, be on the lookout for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and is there any place local that they could get this from either? Is the question too.
Oh, why would anyone cook this anywhere off of that rotting island I grew up on?
I mean, it's a tough haggis a rope, obviously, because it was used to strangle a large man to death.
Maybe they also used it to climb into the room. Multi-purpose haggis.
I mean, you can, if the video cameras don't show anybody entering the room, that actually would be pretty useful. So yeah.
All right, yeah. We'll take a look at the cameras and catch up with you.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. So Caden and Mama Maple head to the camera room. And Clint, where are you heading to? Are you going to try and investigate or interview one of the suspects, or
I want a parlor scene. I want all these food bloggers in front of me in a conference room.
Okay. So that's going to take a little bit time to get all 6 of them in there.
Degenerates.
Yeah.
Well, if you narrow it down, I can mix a mean truth serum. It'll also probably make them shit themselves for a day or so. But
so we'll do the video thing first, because that's pretty simple. The clerk pulls up the video footage. This is there's people coming and going, but you do for free. You do see Sandy going in his room about 8:15, pretty much right after his event was over.
Actually, can I pull out my phone and see if he posted anything after he got back to his room?
No. Actually, yeah, he did about 3 minutes after that.
Okay.
Looking forward to day 3 of Grub Con.
That was probably a scheduled post. Fucking yawn.
So how are you scrutinizing the video footage?
I mean, if we just scan, it's just the footage of his door, right?
Mm-hmm. The hallway with his door in the middle, basically.
Oh yeah, if we're just scanning past, we can at least see if anyone gets in or out, even if we can't quite see them.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so you do actually, someone does come in at about 11 o'clock and then leaves about 10 minutes later. They're wearing a hoodie, and they basically walk towards the room with the back to the camera. And then when they leave, they go out. They go through the fire escape down the hallway, so they never turn their face towards the camera. Now they turn to the side a little bit to open the door, but it looks like they just go right in.
Does the hoodie have any markings?
You can't see any for free. You can make some sort of roll if you want, or make some sort of action to try and scrutinize it. For example, scrutinizing it. That would probably be training. I got no. So if you have 0 points in it, you can still roll. You roll 2d6 and you keep the lower of the 2 numbers. So that is how that works.
You got any training in anything there, Gran?
I don't.
Well, for scrutinizing, if you can figure out a different approach, a different word salad choice, you can roll something different.
Actually, so looking over at the I'm going to use charm with the person who's in the security one, because is this actually a security person?
Well, don't
for the
say
hotel?
charm. Like, use the words out. Like, how are you currying favor with them, appealing to them?
Yes. Yeah. So for this one, I will be flattering him.
Okay.
So,
all right.
just looking over, saying, "Look, I know that these types of conventions right now are difficult to process at any given moment with everybody else going around. And, there's people who are going to be very unscrupulous. But you look like the person who would have extra cameras around just in case somebody were, it's like trying to find a dark corner to take a chicken nugget to, so to speak."
Okay.
So that's like, is there another camera that you might have not told us about, or you don't want your bosses to know about?
All right, you can roll charm to get someone to do your job for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
Actually, can I spend one to assist on that? And just be like, yeah, we know how it is. No judgment, mate. But everybody's got to make theirs how they make it. But yeah.
Okay.
Any other tucked away?
Yeah. You can spend. You can definitely do that.
I will spend another thing.
All right, so go ahead and roll +1 die there, Aaron.
Okay, so 3d6.
Mhm.
I got a 4 on that.
Okay. By the way, I meant to ask. Your trouble is a rivalry. Who are you rivals with?
The rivalry on there will be Betty Grayworth. She is also a member of the FDA, but she is a bit lower in the totem pole in the recruitment drive. Specifically, the fact that we constantly fight at any of the company bake-offs.
Okay.
Specifically, it's like she wants to figure. She always is trying to ruin my day by claiming that because I can use it for machinery, my stuff for machinery, it basically ruins the quality of any of the food that I produce.
So, sorry, what was her name? Betty?
Betty Grayworth.
Betty Grayworth.
Oh, no. Betty Crockworth.
Betty
Crockworth. I'll take it better. Yeah.
Okay. You get a ding on your phone, and Betty Crockworth has filed a complaint against you. And you have to file account. Now I've started a clock for Betty Crockworth interfering with the investigation. It's now 1 out of 4. If it gets to 4, the complaint goes through, and your investigation will be interfered with. Now you can do actions to counteract that. You could spend a downtime to do paperwork to fight against Betty, or actions during the game. If you get really good successes, like a critical success on something, you can work that off. But every time you get a complication, Betty Crockworth's scheme to screw you over will advance. So
that bitch's lemon bars won't see this coming.
So it's just 1 out of 4 right now. The clerk says, "Well, I did spend time. I watch people a lot. It's kind of my thing. So I mean, I can tell you those hoodies were actually given to all the guests of honor. They're black on gray with gray text on them that say Grub Con. The fact that they're illegible basically makes them better. They're more elite. Only pedestrians want something you can actually understand. But
roughed up for aesthetics. I get it.
But I can tell you, like, that's a skinny person right there. That is not it's a tall, skinny person. Look at that. Look at how they're filling out that. So it's definitely, they only gave those to the guests of honor, and they're tall and skinny.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Are they? Sorry, not asking the guy, but was the person carrying anything, like a backpack or a case that we could tell?
Well, those are pretty baggy hoodies. So there's no backpack or duffel bag or anything like that. But they could have something in those voluminous pockets of those hoodies.
All right.
Yeah.
We should shoot Agent Rudy a message.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Clint, you're in the Honolulu conference room. They named them after cities for reasons. And
they name them after colonially occupied places.
Yeah.
Can I find a place that has breakout rooms?
Like individual ones, or
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought you wanted a larger room so you could have them all.
I do. I want a larger room to hold them, but I also want places to separate.
Okay, yeah. There are breakout rooms. They name them. There's like Big Island and Kona, and
All
yeah,
right. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So
Can I also get some local PD?
yeah, there's a
Like
couple.
whoever.
Yeah, Detective Purdue is there along with two
The
uniforms.
biggest and scariest ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the biggest and scariest ones. They're cops though. So
All right.
the six suspects there, they all look kind of annoyed that you've taken them away from their events, where they make their money. They got to get those paid autograph sessions going. Got to hustle and grind. But they're kind of just they're sulking, fidgeting with their phones or whispering to each other. What do you want to say?
Nothing. I want to sniff them.
Okay.
One by one. I'm looking for one that has the stink of chicken.
All right. So they all have the stink of chicken. Well, there is the stink of chicken in the room. I'll tell you that for free. And it's not coming from the detectives or the cops because you smelled them before they came in the room. But you can't. You'll to let's see here, to interrogate them or olfactory interrogation.
I give the officer $5.
Yeah,
and I tell him to go buy everyone a soft drink.
Okay. So they all get soft drinks, but I would say if you want.
Now, what we're gonna do here is do a little content. Y'all don't want me wasting your time now.
Mm-hmm.
So, officer, can you pull out your phone?
Officer does.
We're gonna see who here can chug the Coke fastest. But I got a little special addition to my game. You gotta hold that burp in until I get to you, or you will be arrested.
All right. Well, Karen, you're going to have to convince them to do this. They do.
I'm fast talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not all of them are competitive eaters. Some of them are just.
That sounds like a charm thing to do. Yeah. All right. You dig in. All right. The effects.
Oh yeah, because you have fast talk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You talk circles around someone that they become confused or compliant, or they let something slip. All right.
I'm gonna go with compliant.
Yeah. All right. So roll 1 for charm. And you dig in, so you get an extra die. So yeah,
I got a 5 and a 6.
Oh, a 6.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
All right. So choose one. Do you want to talk at circles that they become? No,
compliant.
Yeah. So they all.
My soda check competition.
Okay. So with your chicken ability,
I'm smelling them burps.
Yeah, you're smelling them burps.
I know what's inside you.
Let's see here. Sasha and Steve and Robert Marsh all have eaten chicken recently.
Your foul breath betrays you.
Yeah. They've
I point at Marsh and just say this one, and we drag him into the Kona room and slam the door. The others have to wait.
All right, his bulging eyes bulge out even further.
I'm doing some real like Politburo.
Oh yeah. So to describe them visually, I suppose I should do that. Wastelands is an enormous bald man, shaved bald, in a t-shirt. He has a smile on his face. He downed the Coke so quickly you didn't even see it.
Did he let out a satisfied?
Yeah, he did.
The belt that shook the room.
Sasha is a rail thin woman. She chugs it almost as quickly. She has side shaved hair, several tattoos, and just a hard look at her. Like she just looks at you like you've seen mafia hitmen with less hard
Untrackable.
Yeah. Steve is also a normal looking guy, mostly, except for Just awful facial hair. It's not working. He has a camouflage ball cap, and Karen Mitchford is she's a Karen. And so what more is said? Robert Marsh is wearing a full suit, very bulgy eyes, kind of a clammy appearance. You remember hearing something that he came from a small fishing village in Massachusetts somewhere. And then
looks like his neck's gorgeous when he breathes.
The one we dragged in first.
Oh yeah. And then May is weathered looking,
a woman who's seen some things.
She's rather weathered, well
Iron Maiden t-shirt though. That's very a good one.
Iron Maiden t-shirt. You got it.
Like the sculpture of a
Jonko is he? What a lad is he? Is Jonko?
Yeah. I've seen some lads in my time, and that's
a large
He's king of the lads.
He is a king of the lads. You bring in Robert Marsh, and he is like, what is going on here? I have rights. This is definitely not one of them to be accosted in such a way that
Look on you, pretty boy.
What?
And with the birds, as we said down in the holler.
Well,
don't lie to me, son. You're in a lot of trouble.
I hardly think that. I am.
What kind of chicken did he eat? I will describe it to him in exhausting detail.
He had a spicy chicken sandwich with mayo, tomato, and lettuce.
You send one of your followers to wait in the line for you at the underground chicken sandwich place?
I'll have you know that your sense of smell is not admissible
Ask
in
him
court.
How he rates it.
I don't know why you're looking at me. I have an alibi. For
you are right, Mr. Marsh. My sense of smell is not admissible as evidence.
What
is grease.
What?
You're aware that chicken sandwiches can be rather greasy, aren't you, as a professional food reviewer, Mr. Marsh?
Well, yes, I am a professional food reviewer, and yes.
Are you certain you didn't get any on your long, cuff-linked cuffs, dressed as you are as a Victorian mortician?
I'll have you know the morticians were the most
your dangling cravat did not at once caress the dappled wet dew of grease atop the breaded glory before you put it in your slavering hole. Don't lie to me, boy! They'll be fraying you and passing you around in a potluck if you don't start singing soon. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna get him turned. Yeah.
All right. So the
I think that's an interrogate.
That is definitely an interrogate.
Actually, sorry, intimidate is what that is.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, that's again charm. You're definitely interrogating someone.
I'm gonna dig in again. I'm turning. I hate review bra.
Get him. Get him.
I got a 3. God, I hope the other one's better.
Mm-hmm.
And a 5.
All right, complicated. What? I can tell you this much. When do you think the suspect was killing him? I have an alibi. I'm sure I do. He was killed last night, wasn't he?
Who said anything about a murder?
Well, it's all the word. Everyone knows that Sandy's dead. Those police officers mentioned that he was dead. And why would the FDA?
Robert, are you saying you would like to help the FDA in their investigations to find this nefarious criminal?
I was at the metro station, the drive-through subway place last night. I tell you that much. And I have receipts.
Who would have wanted poor Sandy dead?
Well, you should, May, she swore an oath. I heard her. She swore an oath saying, he was going to be in the Goblin's Brew. You should look at that. And Wastelands. He looks very happy and genteel, but, I mean, those eyes, they hide nothing, sir. Yes, but I am definitely, fine, and I have a receipt proving I was at the metro station at this time, which I'm sure coincides with the when see here, he takes out a very elaborate wallet from his breast pocket and produces a metro station receipt saying he checked out at 10:42.
All right. I take that.
Mm-hmm.
I tell the officer to keep him in the room, and then I go back out to the conference room to continue.
Okay.
Full of wits. Yeah.
Okay. You do. Yeah. There is something about him that he's not revealing. With a complication, I'll say you can't quite figure out what, but he's definitely hiding something. The metro station, it would be, well, you could follow up that more to prove or disprove his alibi, but yeah. So at this point, Mama Maple and Caden have finished reviewing the video evidence, and they can come in to the group interrogation to speed things up. Or you can guys do something else. So Caden and Dinah, what do you want to do?
What can you do again, Aaron?
My quirk ability is I can use sweets to create functional machinery, but I'm also a massive distraction, so I could basically charm
everybody has
everybody.
to pay attention to her when she's in the room. She's too adorable. Look at her. She's like your gran.
Yeah.
She's like everyone's gran, mate, all rolled into one.
So can I have a meeting with my two teammates?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, what'd you get from smoking the fish boy?
Oh, he's already diming out anyone he can think of, but I think he's got an alibi.
We narrowed it down, maybe 11:30, something like that, at least from the front door, although we don't know if anyone could have come in any other ways.
And somebody who was very, very rail thin, somebody who needs a couple of good meals right now that stay with them.
So what I need from you, what's your character's name again, Aaron? I'm sorry, I forgot.
It's right there in the chat.
Oh, sorry. Dinah, could you make me some sort of horrific torture device made out of sweets?
Oh yeah, you're going like fresh baked saw, mate.
Yeah, the more dental based, the better.
Oh yeah, there we go. Get some macaroons.
Really focus on the tooth and mouth area.
I think that's kind of counterintuitive to the sweets, though.
We won't use it. I mean, it's sort of contrapasso when you think about it. So
it just needs to look worse than it actually is.
Yeah.
No, it could actually be bad. Either's fine, but it needs to look bad.
Okay.
Oh no, what's the ugliest dessert that we got? That's a good question.
There's the Jello fountain, just like
Caden, could you get me some sort of recording of agonized screams of a man?
Oh yeah, no, I know a guy who's got something like that. Yeah, I can have him sent. Yeah.
Okay. So this will advance the investigation clock by 1. So you're at 1 out of 6 on the investigation clock because it takes time. You don't have to roll to make your torture device or agonized scream. You can just tell me. So Mama Maple, what's the torture device that you make, and what do you make it out of?
The torture device, despite the fact that we do have the Jello, it's like the Jello fountain. That's really
just chunks of Jello. Just eternally.
Yeah, that's unfortunately that is a violation of the Geneva Chicken Act. So, so in this case, I will go out to the floor and buy up as much rock candy as I can, and form it into what looks like crude buzzsaw blades that just.
It's a violation of the confectionery convention.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
But no, I rock candy buzzsaw blade that is powered by by rotating taffy.
Yeah, no, it's powered by a chocolate fountain. It's water wheeled.
Oh no, it's mocha wheeled. Sorry.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Fuck.
All right.
This character was a mistake.
No, it's great. This is perfect.
Oh my god.
This is the most delicious saw trap anyone's ever seen.
Meanwhile, where are you getting your source of agonizing screams there, Cade?
Oh yeah.
Morbeef,
I'm gonna talk. Yeah, no, I'm gonna call up my nerd guy that I was gonna have going after looking through streams instead. I'm gonna be like, hey mate, you know that collection you were telling me about when we were knocking back pints a couple months back? Can I get a sample from that?
Oh, okay. He sends you a sound file of
It needs to be like a dramatic whatever you got that's got the most drama. I'm not looking for texture so much as volume.
Oh, okay. So it's he sends you one labeled ASMR peeling bananas, highly textured. Is this what you're wanting?
I can't tell if you're speaking in code or not. Are you this sick?
Well, wait. Oh, you wanted the screams, not the ASMR.
Yeah, the screams.
Oh,
I was trying to be. You know,
okay.
I mean, I know we're on a signal call, but come on, mate. Like, have
okay.
have a little discretion.
Okay. All right. Here's the ghost pepper hot sauce eyeball challenge.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'll see you next time around. Cheers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's people. Hey, Foodtube, I'm doing the ghost pepper eyeball challenge. Here it goes. Squirt. Ah!
There we go. Yeah. Just here you go, Clint. Just cut the first like 10 seconds off this. You good?
Okay. So Clint, you have the torture device. You have the screams of people putting ghost pepper hot sauce in their eyes for the clout. What are you going to do next?
So I'm going to have Dinah roll in the confectionery torture device into the luau breeze room. And then I'm going to tell the cops that Soldier Boy looks like he thinks he's tough, and I'm going to have him drag Steve in there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So.
And then I will follow them in. And then I'm going to. Well, what did Steve eat, chicken wise?
Steve. Actually, now that
I imagine it's pre-code chicken.
Yeah.
Because it was canned before the flu.
powdered chicken fat and accessories.
Actually, it wasn't. You realize he must have been in very close contact with somebody who had chicken. You get the ghost of some chicken tenders.
Oh, he drank a chicken LaCroix.
So he must have been very close to somebody who had chicken tenders. So Steve actually did not have any chicken.
Who had that platter next to you, Steve? I know. It's Grub Con. You're there to network. You don't want to make waves. Why report a crime? Who was getting hurt? But you know what you did. Who wasn't? Save yourself, boy.
Whoa, this is not nice.
What would a hero do?
Well, a hero would.
Your country needs you.
I was with Sasha all night. I saw some shit, man. It was intense. All right. She'll back me up. I don't want to talk about it.
You need to tell me.
No, it's private, man. I was with Sasha. That's all you need to know.
Mama, fire up. So I'm hoping Aaron can lend a hand with the giant confectionery drill.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want me to do this as an actual charm?
No, I'm intimidating, but
intimidating.
Like
Okay.
a giant whirring
Yep.
drill machine behind me while I do it.
Oh, yeah, so I will absolutely lend a hand with Tough Cookie because you are not the first person that I've threatened with various cuts to your mouth and extremities with hard candy.
Of course.
Oh.
It'll be real hard to eat all that sodium. Your mouth is mostly laceration.
All right.
And a lack of blood, dearie.
Is it safe?
Yeah, I got a 3 and a 6. Yeah.
Okay. So Steve, actually, you realize is tapping in. He has a power too, and he is tapping into it. He is using his he is able to draw upon the military skills of the armies that he eats the rations of. Ratio Miles. So he's using secret Argentinian army techniques of resisting interrogation. So he's gone into a Zen trance. But he swears that he was with Sasha the whole night. And you can check with her.
I probably believe that, right?
Yeah. At this point, though, the investigation clock moves up 1, and Detective Purdue knocks on the breakout room and saying, "Look, they have a panel that they all need to go to."
Just one more thing.
Okay,
we're almost done.
Okay.
So I will get together with Dinah and Caden.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've eliminated 3 suspects.
Yeah.
Marsh couldn't have done it because he was at the Metro. If we believe Steve and he was with Sasha, neither of them could have done it. So what we need to do is we need to spook them and see where they run off to. So we each need to pick one to tail before they leave.
Unless there was someone else coming in that room from another way, the person we saw on that camera couldn't have been Wastelands at the very least. So they were much thinner.
Yeah.
Right. Then I'll focus on Karen, and why don't you go for May? And
wait,
as
part of the interrogation,
Wastelands, just in case.
As part of the interrogation, did he discover that the other guy was using a power, or is that just
that's what he learned by rolling a 6. He's tapping into a power to resist interrogation.
Well, if that's a case, then we don't know up or down what to take from what he was saying. So do we eliminate Sasha and him?
Well, we're about to lose him, and this is the best idea I have. And my approach is half baked. So I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Can I Nah, I got nothing.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll Mama goes after Wastelands. You tail May, and I'll take Karen Mitchford. All right, everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Turn up the screams.
I was going after May. Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So and I'm following Wasteland.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we turn up the screams to the maximum level and make the machine running, and we keep MRE Steve out of sight. And I leave with Purdue, and I said, "God damn it, you're going to tell me where he hid the poultry farm!" And then I slam it shut, and then I angrily walk out with Purdue, and I say, "Sorry, folks, it turns out the Sandy fellow was into some major operations. We're gonna be bringing the whole alphabet soup in on this. So we may be calling you back here pretty soon. But thank you for your time.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the rest of your convention. I'm sorry to have detained you, but this conspiracy seems to go deep. So we'll be around."
Okay.
But before they leave,
mm-hmm.
I guess we're back in the that Cade and I are back in the room. Position the saw next to the door slightly. Drop some very dark raspberry preserves on it, and run it slightly as I open the door, letting it fling through the into the other room.
All right.
Yeah, no, it looks like we're horrifically torturing both of them. But I just want everyone to believe we've discovered a massive chicken conspiracy, which they believe bring down the hammer of the federal government. So I'm trying to spook the person who did it and then tail them as they run to incriminate themselves.
Okay.
I hope.
All right. So, yeah, the hunt is on, as all of you begin chasing different suspects. Caden, who are you following, again?
I think I was May and Junko, right?
Yeah. All right. May and Junko. All right.
Yeah. Before I approach them, can I run a quick search through their Foodtube channel?
Mm-hmm. What are you trying to figure out? Yeah.
Haggis.
Okay. She has definitely made haggis before. And
was there anything unorthodox about her haggis?
Well, that would be trying to figure something out, wouldn't it be? Gathering information. So, I would say
actually
snooping around.
You know what? It doesn't matter whether I have real details or not. Actually,
okay.
I'm gonna have like that haggis video queued up on the phone.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna. Yeah.
Are you going to approach them?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, it's May. I'm back at it again, being interrogated by a copper.
Oh no, I'm not a cop so much as let's say a contractor, right? Yeah. I did have a couple of questions. My mate back there, he's got his own focuses, but I wanted to ask you while you were still handy, because I ain't been back home in a while, so I've not done like a Burns night or anything in a minute. So I hold up the video here. You know much about haggis, do you?
I love me some haggis. I like cooking it. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I like cooking in general. This is feeding my boy Jonko.
The thing is, right? I'm gonna flip to a picture of the murder haggis on my phone. Thing is, what happened to Sandy? There was a bit of haggis involved in the as the weapon that murdered him. So I'm afraid that unless you can give me a compelling reason not to look at you two, you have probably the most attention paid on you right now, right? So I'm afraid that unless you can give me something concrete, I'm probably going to have to cuff you directly, and that's going to be it for you at this place, and maybe in your lives in the meantime. So you got anything that could turn my head the other direction, or is this your bloody haggis here?
Oh, okay. So, you're trying to, I guess, read your suspect then,
Yep.
or figure them out. Okay. I would say, obviously, instincts, and yeah.
And I'm definitely gonna dig in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Give myself a bonus there, so that's 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, wait, no, these sixes were not doing it for me. Let me try this other set. 3, not 4, you asshole.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Rolled a 6.
All right. Her eyes widen up at this. She is very alarmed at this. It's like
you don't want you and your boy rolled up there. I mean, that's 2 generations worth of being in the clink. So,
what? Look, you gotta believe me. I had nothing to do with it. I ain't killed anybody in ever. Certainly not in America. Certainly not in America. No, not at all.
Look, our jurisdiction is just as sure as here. I'm only looking for where we're at today,
I'm sure our British and UK listeners are just in general are loving this accent work. Yeah.
Great. We're professionals. So we're
don't question it. It's fine.
Deeply studied.
Well, look, I can prove to you that I had nothing to do with his murder, but it's a bit complicated, you see. I could be implicating. You gotta deal with. You got to deal with Slim Jim. Yeah, if you could do that, then I'll tell you, because otherwise I get in trouble with him, and I don't want that.
Who's that when he's at home?
Well, maybe I did make that haggis, but I don't know how it wound up there.
Look, making a food ain't a crime, so if you can tell me who did the crime with it, then you and Jonko go on your merry way.
Look, I tell you, Slim Jim, he works in the laundry here. He does, and you arrest him. He's a bad man, and you get him in cuffs, and I'll tell you what I know. But I'm not swearing while he walks around free.
All right, I can make that happen. But if you leave this premises, if you do anything else, then that's going to be... if you do anything other than go to panels you're scheduled to go to, that's going to be it for you and the big boy there. Right?
Oh, no, you can trust old May and the cooking. Isn't that right, Jonko? Oh, yeah, it's... Yeah.
May suddenly turned into McGucket there for a second.
God, that was perfect, Ross. Thank you for that moment. All right, yeah, we got a deal then.
Okay.
I'm gonna call up one of the locals and have them keep an eye on May and Jonko, and I'm gonna go looking for Slim Jim.
Okay. So meanwhile, Mama Maple, who are you following?
I am following Wastelands.
Okay. Wastelands. Okay, yeah. He is going to a panel. There are people greeting him. You do notice something weird in his back pocket. You can't quite make it out, but there's a damp stain there, like not sweat. Like yeah.
Let's see if he's carrying something, possibly.
There's something in his back pocket that is making a stain that it does not seem to be sweat, as far as you can tell. It does not like. There's a well padded part of his back pocket, so the sweat.
Okay.
It would be if it was sweat, like his entire body would be drenched in sweat, and he is not.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I am gonna go ahead up and let's see. I'm actually gonna go ahead and hustle a little bit. Going out to Wasteland. Sorry.
Wastelands. Yeah.
So keep that out,
original
please.
character, do not steal.
Very original characters. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. Wasteland saying, Mr. Wastelands, I really want to have a moment of your time before you go in, since I have other duties taking me away from this. But may I say that your ability to hold liquids at great volume is amazing to me, and basically just utilize my own utilize my speech in order to distract him with saccharin and try to get whatever is out of his pocket without him noticing.
Oh, pickpocket grandma.
Pickpocketing, yeah.
So here's one thing you could do. So you could distract him. You gain effect when you perform an action to be noticed, so you wouldn't even have to roll the dice. But we could do a flashback. If somebody spends 1 point as a flashback, you could have arranged this ahead of time, and someone else can make the pickpocket check. And they would gain. It would be a control. We haven't even really talked about the risk level. That would be controlled risk. So there's 3 control levels, or there's 3 levels of risk. Controlled, risky, and desperate, and that determines the consequence for the action. And right now, that would be risky to do it yourself. Your saccharin lets you try it because he's looking right at you, but if you get a complication, it's going to be complicated. And that would be using instincts, or actually, it would be training really to pickpocketing. I would guess because
outside of the charm. So okay,
yeah, it would not. It would not be charm. Yeah.
If that's the case, it's not going to be me because I got no.
Or no, instinct would work because it's your ability to react quickly.
Okay, because as far as approaches go, half baked is one of my approaches, so I'm up for all sorts of wild shit.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll instinct there, Caden. And this is controlled risk. If you get a complication, you'll get something from it. If you fail, you get to try again you'll advance a complication.
Okay. Am I spending an appetite on that?
Actually, you'll advance the Betty Crockworth complication. You don't have to spend appetite to do it because this is your role. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So now you can get a devil's bargain. You can also you can spend appetite if you want to.
Could I spend appetite since I'm trying to distract?
Yeah, you can spend 1 to lend a hand.
Okay. Yeah,
As
and
a
I'll do that
sweet
through the
pea.
charm.
Yeah.
Yes, VP, and this hopefully can gain everybody else's since I'm using Saccharin, so that would be plus effect. So everybody would be looking at this.
Yeah, that's what the effect is. The lowering the risk level. But yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, go ahead and roll instinct there.
Oh,
with a +1 die.
Got a 6.
Ah, yes.
All right. So you get. You recognize this. These are with a success, with a full success, yeah, they're wet. And like
This haggis has been recently used.
No, it's cold. It's cool to the touch. It is not warm. So I will tell you that.
And all right, and yeah, at that moment, I'll look at him, say, kind of look back over at Caden and said, Mr. Wastelands, I'm afraid you're going to have to come with us, for they are flashing the FDA badge. So, and explain what you're doing.
No, I ain't done nothing. This ain't right.
So, we're going to figure that out.
I'm afraid this just fell out of your pocket there, mate. We got a few questions.
What? I want a lawyer. All right.
So,
that's good. That's good, mate. That's a good one. Come on.
All right.
I was like, we'll find that out, dearie, as soon as we can figure out your at least a sheep chugging challenge. So
yeah, we'll talk to the health inspector about who can come and represent you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So meanwhile, Wastelands has been arrested. Caden knows about this link to Slim Jim. Deal with Slim Jim, and May will spill her beans. But meanwhile, Clint, what are you up to while the other two are doing this?
I was pursuing Karen.
Mitch. All right. She's going to a cooking class. The ballroom for this has been set up like a kitchen, but more kind of like a kitchen bar. Like there's a lot of bottles of booze lined up on those tables, along with like a gas, one of those sort of mobile gas stoves, and a big pot. And she's like making a stew, and she's getting ready to add a splash of vodka to this. But that's what she's doing. So are you just going to watch and observe to see how she acts? Because she's
casual, she seems undisturbed.
She definitely seems nervous. She is, she takes a shot of vodka before she even starts. She just turns her back to the audience and just, takes one back. She seems very nervous about something. So yeah, she's hiding something. You can't tell exactly what.
I guess I'm just going to have to continue watching.
Okay. So to figure her out, you can analyze her internet traffic. She does seem to be an oversharer. Or her posts and everything. You could talk to the audience, whisper among them, and get the latest rumors about her.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll talk to the audience.
Okay.
Charm, I guess.
Let's see. What would that be in the word? I guess. Rumor mongering. Yeah. That would be charm.
Okay.
So I would say this is controlled, obviously, in terms of the risk. Actually, I'll let you choose the level of risk. Like, how loud are you going to be? In like obvious.
Not very, because I got a 3.
Okay. All right. So, with that, the complication clock moves up. People are annoyed by you. And you don't get
with the feds.
Yeah. I will tell you for free that she has been disturbed in the last couple days. She's been angry and off-put about something ever since Grub Con started. But you're not sure exactly what. But yeah, you're not able. Then you get a message from your two colleagues about Slim Jim and about Wastelands. So you can leave the workshop, the cooking class. The cooking class is winding down at this point, and you can go catch up with them. So, all right.
Sounds like a better
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you were playing it safe there, so you didn't get much out of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So which of those two things do you want to pursue first? Wastelands or Slim Jim?
I mean, I would recommend Slim Jim because we don't like if we let him wander around free, we don't know if he's just going to bounce.
Okay. So you find him in the laundry pretty easily. He is a big, very tall man, very thin. Yeah. And he is, working at the laundry, like, washing sheets and whatnot. Seems to be his full-time job here. He does seem to have, a lot of bruises on his face. He is wearing long sleeves in a very hot environment, which doesn't really make sense. How do you want to handle him?
I mean, who all's along for the ride?
I would say all three of you could be.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay.
All right. Are we just, do we want to like box him in and, see if we can just get him to surrender? Do we want to try and just fucking knock his ass out? It's a laundry room. It's pretty loud.
Mm-hmm.
We can, and actually, if I can get a hold of enough taffy and bubblegum, I can probably come up with a convincing trap to have him set in.
Okay.
Gun cuffs.
Yeah. So the way to do is to make a taffy trap and rig it to explode. Just throw it in there with him. Yeah.
I don't have enough pop rocks for that.
No, wait, do it like.
To do it.
Yeah.
No, wait. Have her use taffy to make one of those like exploding door jam things.
Yeah, grenades are primarily mechanical tools. So make a taffy bomb, and we'll check it out.
No. Yeah, you just make something that explodes, and then ropes of taffy just shoot out and snare whatever's nearby.
Obviously, so do that.
All right.
So a taffy denial grenade.
Yeah. Taffy denial.
Less lethal takedown device. Yeah. Just don't hit him in the face with it. Or he'll suffocate. Throwing a taffy grenade is definitely, I would say, guts probably.
Okay.
That would probably be a guts roll. This is definitely going to be risky as well.
So somebody else throwing it.
I think that's gonna be me probably.
Okay.
Well, wait. No, I think you and I have equal guts.
Just one.
Yeah.
Well,
I
okay,
have 0 in it, so I'm not throwing anything.
Okay, I'll take responsibility for my action. So if you want to lend me a hand to maybe.
I'm up for all sorts of half baked shit.
All right, so
I'm in my
half baked. Yeah. So how are you assisting?
Actually,
exactly?
Can actually, if I could throw it and you could use your distraction thing to like get his attention. Wait, no, I guess if it's a surprise attack, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it.
Yeah. Okay. The saccharine thing wouldn't really work unless you were like sneaking up and doing like a close hand-to-hand thing. Throwing a grenade doesn't really matter.
That would. I realize that would be silly.
So you can basically, I guess Caden, you can basically spot for Mama Maple. All right.
Yeah. I'll spend one on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Give you a bonus.
Great.
Let's see how all this goes.
Yeah. I would say this is risky. Yeah.
Let's see. Dig in. I get another. If I dig in, I get another.
You get if you spend 2 appetite, you can gain an additional die.
Yeah,
so that would.
We're gonna go. Let's go ahead and spend it 2 and dig in. So
okay,
I'm gonna make sure this doesn't go off. Watch it be all ones. 2 6s. I don't think that's critical.
That is a critical success. If you had gotten a complication, I would have had you make a resistance check for him fighting back. But you did, critical. He is perfectly captured by the taffy grenade, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'll please. I never done anything like that before.
Done anything like what, dear?
Yeah.
Look,
let's hold on. Let's how about we take him up to one of them nice comfortable rooms that we were using earlier, and I will call up our good friends May and Junko.
No, she'll kill me, Junko. Look.
Oh, what's that? What's that now? You got a song to sing?
Yeah, I do. Look, you got to give me protection from May. She's from the those people from Northern Britain, man. They're ruthless. They'll kill you.
You don't say.
Yeah. She's she invited me.
Can I check in with the local cops that I told to keep an eye on May and Jonko?
Yeah. She's doing a cooking class too.
All right.
Yeah, she's baking.
No, I was just doing. I'm sorry. I was doing that on the side.
Yeah. She's baking some spaghetti, uncooked spaghetti. So like you do.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And
look, man, it's a maths problem, right? The amount of grace you get is direct proportional to the amount of useful that comes out your face. So keep on topping. Yeah.
Look, May does this. She makes weapons out of her food. It's so hard and inedible that only Jonko can eat it. But she gives the weapons out to people, and there's like this, underground fight ring where people bet on fights, but with these weapons, and she talked me into being in the fights last night. And I basically had this haggis that was like a pair of nunchucks. And by the end of it, though, it was just really the rope bit, and I just whipped the guy, beat his ass with it, though. Who
was you fighting?
He's in the hospital now. He's I don't know. Is some guy, but at the end of the fight, I got a text message from someone who said they wanted to buy the haggis as like a souvenir, and he had me put it in the cooler at the kitchen, and then sent me payment was through Nomcoin. It was all online. Have you heard of Nomcoin? It's the newest cryptocurrency.
No, I'm not a nerd, mate.
Okay. So I did, and I got the Nomcoin pretty short after that. But yeah, I know fight rings are illegal and everything. But yeah, I don't want to tell you, man. I'm sorry.
And about, I mean, you're a tall bloke. About where were you about 11:30 last night? You got.
Oh, I was in the hotel bar celebrating my win, man.
And you got receipt? You got anything prove that?
Well, I mean,
you pay with card. You pay with your.
I paid with Nomcoin. They accept Nomcoin.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you two think? Should we give him protective custody up while we go talk to the rep?
Yeah, you do get the phone number that was used to text to buy the haggis, which is a phone number. It's not, yeah. So if you can find that phone, yeah, you'll find the buyer. But yeah, you figured out how the murder weapon was acquired by the killer. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good news. Good news. I don't know. Agent Rudy, Gran, what do you think?
And we need to find that phone. We don't have a number for it, right?
Well, you have the number for it.
Well, you have the number. We just don't know who or who has it or where.
Yeah, it was. He didn't.
Can we subpoena the number?
You can. That would be. What would that be?
Year standard issue, like.
For free. So to analyze, to research it, I guess. This is a gather information check, obviously. So you'll get some information for free. But just looking it up by the book, would be, we can do organization stuff. So, you have the FDA, as your organization, and your FDA has, 3 abilities with it, or 3 stats with it, which is funding. Let's see here. Here we go. Where is it? Where the fuck? There's 3 stats for it, and you can roll for that for things that are let's see here. Funding, reputation, and clearance rating. So you can.
What do I roll?
They're all going to be 1 at this point. So it would be let's see here. Performance rating. Clearance represents your access to government information within the FDA, so it would be a clearance rating. Funding represents material resources, getting special weapons and shit like that. And reputation is calling favors to other government agencies. So this is a clearance rating, so you roll 1 die for it. And you can, during campaign play, you can level this up during downtime and just through good actions on this. So roll a d6.
1.
It's a burner phone. I will say it has only been used in this hotel. So it is somebody in the hotel who has it. It has not left this vicinity, and is only activated sporadically. So if we had them in a room and cold them, it might not be on anyway. That's true.
They might just have it off and then check it.
I will say the next time it turns on, you'll be notified within like 10 minutes because you rolled a 1. It won't be instant. But yeah, that's all you can figure out about it. Okay.
Well, I tried.
You did, and you got something, so you can compare that phone number with other phone once you get phones from people.
Well, I mean, Wasteland's got a piece of haggis, so I imagine the next step is go talk to him about this underground fight and buy-in ring, right?
Mm-hmm. See what he knows, if anything at all.
Yeah, I guess maybe put Slimmy here in protective custody, and yeah.
Okay, so you roll up to Wasteland in the breakout room / interrogation room of Kona. Kona Beach. So they're all Hawaiian themed. So he's there. And he's very unhappy about being here. So you can analyze the evidence before you talk to him, or you can talk to him.
Actually, if you guys want to take point, I could mix him a little drink in case he starts to get thirsty. Because my ability is to mix a drink so potent it influences others to reveal their secret.
Okay. Yeah.
That's at least on there, so. All right. I actually will go in with
don't let him have anything to drink. Let him sweat a little bit. I'll be right back.
Okay. No, I'm actually going to go with flattering because I want to make him feel at ease, specifically say, just going up. Now, I understand that this is an awkward situation, especially since this is your, job and I'm assuming a vacation time with the fans of yours, and we want to clear that up as quickly as possible, but we need to really know how that haggis got in there, and if anybody else would, be honest, want to really take advantage of your presence here. And I'm sorry if you felt felt that I was honest with you, but I want to let you know that I will be as honest as I can from here on out, and I'm also going to use my my gear for puppy dog eyes to really get in the truth right now. Just
all right, you'll have better effect on that.
Magnifying.
Okay, yeah, he's very adorable. You remind him of his grandmother. You'll have better effect on this roll. So roll charm. Okay. And are you digging in? Or are you just going to do a standard roll?
No, unless somebody else wants to assist me else.
Now, remember, you can do downtime during the investigation. You can take some personal time to go recover your appetite, so we can do that anytime you want to. But that'll advance clocks. So go ahead and roll charm.
All right. 4.
Okay. With a 4, he's very confused by this haggis. He has no idea how it got there. And he swears up and down that he gets very thirsty and he wants a drink and trusts you enough that you wouldn't give him anything suspicious. So but he swears he doesn't know anything about the case. He's just there to chug and meet with his fans. But Caden, you can come in with the drink now.
Yeah. Hey, I have acquired from one of the tchotchke stands on the floor a nice huge boot glass.
All right, what's in the drink? What's in this cocktail?
I mean, it's proprietary, right? But I did have to break in a bit of my stash. I had to use one of my surges because otherwise it just don't work right. It's a mixture of energy drinks, various. It's what the secret is, right? It's a mixture of all them artificial sweeteners. When they start to break down bonds and recombine, it does some shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So he takes a sip of it, trusting that Mama Maple would not steer him or give him a Mickey, because he's obviously normally highly suspicious of you. But that works, and he starts by he is a pure cinnamon bun. He has done nothing wrong ever. But he does say he was really concerned with Sasha and Steve, because last night they were whispering to each other about something, and Sasha looked quite worried, and he wondered if something was going on, but they split up before he could find out anything.
You say that you don't know nothing about a haggis. All right, let's say that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember any of your colleagues coming up for like a hello, give you a big hug, that kind of thing? Anything like?
Well, now that you mention it, Steve did do that.
Is Steve normally the touchy feely give you a big bear hug type?
Mm-mm. He just came up behind him and just gave him a big pat on the back and said, "Good job, Chugs."
Sounds like he might have been chowing down on some of them counter espionage MREs.
What?
Never mind.
So yeah. So you figured that out. Clint, you can look at the haggis if you want to analyze it while they're talking.
Oh yeah. It's kind of stringy and damp, but I put it in a bag for you.
Mm-hmm.
Very cold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
He went into a chicken coma. No.
Yeah.
Got distracted.
Yeah.
What am I rolling again?
How would you analyze the evidence of the haggis strands found in Wasteland's back pocket?
I have nutritional information. Is that gear?
Oh yeah. That would definitely work.
I will use that gear for.
All right.
What does it do?
So probably
position or effect.
Probably effect, yeah. And you can roll instincts on this. This is obviously analyzing this.
Okay.
Figuring.
I get a 5, so improved effect on a 5.
So you do figure out that so the complication is not going to be related to there's going to be a complication, but you do figure out, you realize these haggis strains were frozen and unthawed, and that's why they're cold and damp. And the murder haggis, though, was never frozen. It just
Yeah, no, that was fresh.
That was fresh. I mean, it's obviously aged a little bit, but
that's how you make it.
Yeah, so this is obviously
the murder weapon.
This was planted to frame Wastelands. This was not.
Now that's just cruel. This guy's a teddy bear.
He is. He's a pure cinnamon bun. But as you're figuring that out, you get a call, Clint, from your cousin Leroy.
Uh-oh.
I really don't want to answer this, but I do. Howdy.
Hey, howdy there, cousin. It's your good cuz, Leroy.
Yeah, Leroy, what can I do for you?
Well, I just wanted to let you know that I made a deal with a fellow member of your FDA, and I have made arrangements for a certain quid pro.
Leroy, you get down writing.
Yeah, I did. It was Mr. Caden
Oh no, I did not give him my real name.
Okay. Well, what was it then? Is it Kate? I was gonna say Caden D's nuts.
Yeah, no, I was gonna go with Agent Ligma.
Ligma, yeah, Agent Ligma wants a case. Promised me a case of Surge, and said he knew you and that you would give it to me.
I didn't say that.
Well,
yeah.
Well, he's lying. I mean,
yeah.
So I want my case of Surge forthwith, or I am going to raise hell with the FDA. Because, yeah.
But Leroy, you remember when we was kids, and I told you that I'd seen a big old fly land on your chicken tender, and I would go get you another one. But then I just got you your chicken tender and ate it.
Yeah.
And I left. And everyone said, "You should grow up to be a cop, Clint." And I was like, "That's a good idea." I learned the lesson from that interaction. Did you?
I'm going to take your word that was a thing that actually did happen, because after I did that motorcycle jump, I don't remember certain things in my past that well. But
Leroy, police people lie. It's the majority of our job. And you got lied to, and I feel for you, but don't trust them. Don't trust them police.
Look, you give me that Surge, or I'm going to raise hell with the family. I'm going to tell them that I'll tell them something, and you won't like it.
You tell them, Leroy. You go get them.
Okay.
I hang up.
All right. Yeah. We'll deal with that in a bit. Let's see here.
We got to get Emery, Steve, and Sasso. They're in cahoots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are they at? Yeah.
We also may want to see about May and them at some point, but it sounds like that might be tangential, like a source of the weapon, but not so much the source of murder, right?
An inadvertent supplier.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sasha is doing an eating challenge right now. Steve does not have an event until this evening. So you don't know, exactly where Sasha is. You do not know exactly. You'd have to look for Steve.
Has he posted anything on online?
He is not.
Ooh.
Oh wait, can I requisition something?
Yeah, that would be a funding check, but yeah.
So that's one dice.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 5.
Okay,
nice.
What are you requisitioning?
I want an MRE from the worst army on Earth. Just the most. Just pick a government.
All right.
Just the most inept possible.
From like some micro
service.
state that asserted
that
itself.
existed for 5 days, like the Montenegro chicken sandwich of war or whatever it was. I want to get an MRE for just like the trashiest, least capable military.
The Liechtenstein militia.
Yeah.
The Liechtenstein militia is notoriously incompetent because they're like, why do we even bother? But we
want to try and dress that up because he is an expert. He'd probably see. Unless you're just going to force it. Unless you're going to force it down his throat.
I want to crudely disguise the food from that MRE as like, I don't know, Masad kibble. What do they eat?
Masad kibble.
Rehydrated chicken paprika.
Yeah.
Like one of the rare ones that has gone obviously bad, but
it's refried scorpions. It's nice. That runs up the investigation clock. You're at 3 out of 6. But yeah, you can get that. So are you going to look for Steve then, or are you just going to
we're going to call Steve back to the interrogation room.
Steve does not answer his phone.
No, we got to find him then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I suppose we probably talk to
wait, can I still smell the chicken stink on him?
Oh, yeah.
That would definitely that would be a roll. His was a lot fainter. So it would be.
I do have 2 in this instinct.
Yeah.
No, you gotta.
You can smell that chicken, or you can try to smell that chicken. Yeah.
I will support. But I will lend a hand in a half-baked fashion by just being like, no, be the chicken smell, but like less, right? Yeah, no, don't. Yeah, just push out that powerful stuff. Just a light mist. The LaCroix of chicken smell. You got it. You got this.
Well, I got a 6. So
okay.
LaCroix chicken it is.
Yeah.
All right, so you
chicken in another room smell.
Steve is in a well, you trace it to a locked room. And let's see here. All right. It is a locked room on the 4th floor. It seems to be some sort of industrial room.
What's he doing in that?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Mama, do you have some sort of confectionery treat launcher? Also made of confectionery treats?
Well, the only thing that's on me right now is this Pixie Sticks chaff. It's like chaff launcher. That it's mostly meant. It's mostly meant to blind people, but it has caused upper respiratory infections in the past, as well as.
Were there condiments in the Liechtensteinian MRE?
Sure.
All right, so
Grey Poupon, the finest European mustard.
Yeah, all right. When it gets down to it, you got to spray this into at least his sinuses, bare minimum. He's got to ingest it.
Well, that's easy. Oh no, well, I can aerosol that in it's like in half a second. It's fine. So we have.
Okay.
All right. Then I get out my gun and kick open the door.
Okay.
Wow, going in hard.
That's guts.
Oh, I'm terrible at that. I have 0.
All right, roll 2d6 and pick the lowest one.
I got 2 1s.
All right.
What?
So this is going to be a resistance check. This is also basically a guess who also has food-based explosive weaponry.
Oh no.
So, well, someone does. There is a explosion and a shrapnel in the form of, well, unidentifiable food chunks. You're not quite sure which. Spray the room. Spray you, Clint, right in the face. So how are you avoiding this? What are you just muscling through it? You detected it at the last second and duck out of the way. Your trainings kick in. Like, what do you think?
Oh my God. I don't know if I can with a double 1.
Well, I mean, you're making a resistance check to see how much appetite you lose.
I will.
This is definitely going to kick up the
lie and pretend that didn't hurt. I will just. I was looking really cool before I kicked in that door.
Pain don't hurt.
All right, so roll charm and tell me what your highest number is.
6.
Okay. Yeah, apparently pain don't hurt. You don't lose any appetite from that.
Nice.
So the door just blows open around me before I can.
Shrapnel flies in your face.
Yeah. So it does kick up the complication chart though. So you're at 4 out of 6 on complication. Steve is no longer there. There are numerous air ducts in the hotel that he is able to expertly navigate thanks to his ration consumption. Some sort of Shadow Moses rations really benefit him.
No, he's eating that calorie mate.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
So you can track down Sasha and try and put the muscle on her because she's doing a food event, but Steve is hiding.
But he's in the air vent system, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, actually, take that back. So I am going to.
Yeah, go on.
Are you going to toss your?
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're close. You're really focusing on Steve right now. So do you want to try and crack the case, or do you want to keep investigating? Basically, crack the case. You'll identify a suspect to go after. But like this sort of goes from the investigation to the action, of actually capturing the suspect or suspects. So do you want to go to the cracking the case roll at this point, or do you want to keep trying to,
trying to figure out what the fuck happened. So like, Kay used magically bad cooking to make super hard haggis.
Yeah.
That then MRE Steve and Sasha conspired to use to both murder Sandy and frame Wastelands.
Well, I mean, I would bet my bet would be that the person who we saw on the camera, right, was probably Sasha. I would say if she was looking worried about something Steve was saying earlier, my theory is,
well, did the person in the camera
she
look like
tried to warn
Slender Man? Like,
no. What I'm thinking is that she tried to warn Sandy, right? But Steve going through the vents, he might already, got done with what he was doing, or he went in after, something like that. But I think that
you can go talk to Sasha. That'll probably give you more information to narrow this down, since you have.
I think Sasha's our last weak link, right?
All right.
So we probably should get more information from her first before we do anything else.
Okay.
We go to the eating contest.
All right. What is she eating? I'll let any of you decide.
Potted meat.
Potted meat. Of course, it's potted meat.
Sriracha potted meat.
Yeah. Sriracha potted meat.
A stack of potted meat is totally.
Yeah, her fans are just wincing in pain. They're masochists. You don't understand the appeal, but they're there. Definitely. Yeah, the internet's weird, man.
It's been put into a solidified mold of her.
Yeah. So are you gonna let her finish, or are you gonna just like kick the people out and interrogate her as she's
we couldn't stop her if we wanted to.
Okay.
That's a good way to lose a hand.
Yeah, it actually doesn't take too long for her to finish the potted meat. So
good job.
The people now, are you going to kick the people out, or are you going to wait for the whole event in? Because obviously there's autograph signing and shit like that.
No, we got to bust in.
Okay.
Yeah, FDA approval. So
all right. So they file out, you kick them out, and Sasha looks very nervous because the cops are here. And yeah, her hardened exterior softens in fear. That much I'll tell you for free.
Yeah.
So what's the approach?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to go ahead and plead my case with her.
Okay.
Because, and utilizing charm specifically, and also, again, can we use our gear more than once?
Yeah, sure.
Or actually,
it makes sense to do so, I think.
Yeah. If it's something that would make sense that it could last more than one, thing.
Okay. Actually, no, I'll take that back. I'm going to just say, dear,
yes,
I know this is your life, and you have many other competitors in this life who would take your time, and I don't feel like you personally would have anything against them, and may want to even help for the community. But there are others that have not, and we obviously have lost somebody else who was important here and gone out, and you may be the last link that we need in the chain to connect the strands of haggis all the way back to the person who took them. We really need to know what's going on with you and Steve, and may have been with Sandel as well. And this if you can do this, we'll let you go back to consuming mass quantities as as you are wont to do, using my winning smile.
Okay.
To get her to hopefully confess whatever she's been holding in.
All right, roll charm.
All right.
That your equipment is your winning smile.
The winning smile. Yeah.
All right. That'll have better effect.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and dig in just in case. So I'm down to one appetite.
Okay, so so after we do this, I can tell you how you can recover it during the investigation. So, all right, but go ahead and roll with the bonus die and Avi. Oh, yeah,
6. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. She sighs. Look, Steve asked me to cover for him, to say we were together last night, and I agreed to it because he knew I was trafficking in chicken. I thought I'd gotten out, but they pulled me back in. They pulled me like the delicious pulled chicken, and I couldn't resist the sauces and the flavors of the chicken tenders.
Just putting her arm around her and letting her cry it out. So I know it's been hard for all of us.
He was just so mad at Sandy.
Why? What was
I mean,
what
have you
was
not watched any of his videos?
Because
putting the cut motion across my neck.
I don't know exactly, but when he revealed that he was getting the special deal, Steve said like he's gonna fuck it up. He's gonna blab about the Nomcoin thing. He's gonna Satoshi's gonna be pissed, you know. And I didn't know what he meant by that, but like he was afraid that he was going to reveal something else, something about Nomcoin, and some other sort of secret. And so I thought he was going to like threaten Sandy or like not kill him, but he said he was going to take all care of it, that he was going to, like, you know, people believe Wastelands would do it, like, because Wastelands had a criminal record or something, but I guess I don't know. Yeah.
You were really going to let him leave nice just big, nice teddy bear wastelands out to dry like that? That's what you were going to let him do?
He was going to...
You disgust me.
But I was dealing in chicken tenders. I had nothing. He was going to send me...
Right now,
yeah.
Look, right now, you could be up to your eyeballs in classic McDonald's nuggets, and I wouldn't give a shit, because we got a body cooling on the floor out there. So, you know, well, I guess now pretty room temperature. It's been a while, but you know. He looked like he was pretty warm to start with, so maybe it takes longer. But regardless, that's weird tangent.
Yeah.
We need to stop Steve because he got blood on his hands, all right? Now, if you don't want that blood to carry over onto you, chicken ain't what we're talking right now. We are talking human blood. So, do you have any idea where Steve is now?
He can't leave the hotel. There's something. He's somewhere here in the hotel. There's something he's waiting for, or it's something to do with Nomcoin. He's up to his eyeballs in it. He's taking order from Satoshi Marlowe. I know that. That's the. I mean, that's what I think. I mean, I can't prove it, but that's yeah, it's all on his phone, I think. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah.
All right. Well,
go on.
Oh, I see. Well, stay here for a second, because we may make sure that you are safe and everybody else is for the ones that need to use.
Okay.
But
Aaron, so one of the things that this game does differently than Blades in the Dark is that you can do downtime in the middle of the investigation. So we could say you could have had a flashback where you could do some R&R to improve your appetite. So you could have taken a break during the case and participate in your favorite hobby or do something else like that. Indulge in a vice.
Can I get in on that?
Let's see here. And for each approach you draw into the scene, you get to roll an extra D6. Yeah, you can take an additional D6 if you both do that. If you both want to spend a downtime, one of your two downtimes, the other one you can spend after the case. And Caden, you can, or Clint, you can also do that or do that separately. So set the scene. What are you doing while all this investigation was going on? You took a break. What was it?
Well, while I was mixing that drink for Wastelands, I definitely cracked open two of the other I used one can of Surge in the thing, and then I just shotgunned two others whilst I was mixing my boot of magic drink.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. So which approaches did you draw into that?
I mean, definitely, like, I'm carrying around my my surges. So I was going to go with bold and half bake because I was indulging in my vice while I was mixing up my cocktail. Okay.
And Mama Maple. So you get 2d6 for that. Mama Maple, what are you doing for rest and recovery?
That's prior to hunting down Steve and working on at least another taffy denial grenade. I was just exhausted and trying to find some other foods. I piled a bunch of cookies and other baked goods on the plate, and they had looking in the media room since they had other things in YouTube, and found that they were having problems because of because of the internet connections going out.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is found some different black licorice. Took a time to cook those. To cook them long enough to where they could be molded into different particular strands, and helped out the hotel by creating new Ethernet cords out of it.
All right, a bit of crafting. All right, what approaches work for that for you?
I would see right now that's on my charm and sweet pea, since I was trying to
Sweet pea. Okay. So just sweet pea.
Yeah, sweet pea.
Okay, so that's 1d6 for you. So roll your dice, and give the highest number is how much appetite you recover.
Okay, and since that was an additional to what
4.
I was rolling, correct?
No, you're just rolling that like that.
Just 1d6. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
6 back.
All right.
Nice. I only got 4.
All right. Clint, did you want to recover any before you cracked the case?
I got 4 left. I think I'll make it.
All right.
And I can always apparently
don't starve.
I'll do that.
Well, I mean, yeah. You can't really do the downtime during the cracking. So cracking the case is basically have you just identified a suspect?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we got him. Yeah.
All right, Steve, I assume.
Yes.
Have you successfully confirmed a method?
Yeah,
Through
he's
the-
haggis.
Yeah, through
With
the
the haggis?
speculation by haggis. So.
Yep.
Yeah, murder haggis. Yeah.
Murder haggis. Have you successfily identified a motive?
Yeah. Sandy was
He was
taking
gonna
it.
shit into Nomcoin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, through the chicken trade. And
Mm-hmm. Well, Namcoin is not connected to the chicken, but the chicken trafficking is how Sasha was brought. How Steve was able to blackmail
Sandy
Sasha.
taking the exclusive
okay.
contract was gonna fuck up the Nomcoin deal.
You don't know what the Nomcoin deal is. It's something.
Are they trying to make?
Yeah.
Are they trying to make non-fungible chicken?
No, not non-fungible tendies.
So I like that. You get to roll 1d6 for each of those 3 things because you did successfully do that. So who wants to roll the dice?
Someone other than me.
You want to do it, Aaron? You want me to?
I can. So
All right, Aaron, roll 3d6.
DiceBot has been kind of kind to me,
I mean,
but
I
I'm
got
not
physical
sure.
dice if you feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, actually, yeah, you do that, Thad, because
All right.
you've not been in a while, so we want you.
All right, here we go.
Come on.
Ah, damn it! One of them fell off the table. Sorry.
Okay.
I got 4.
All right. You start in a risky position. So you figure it out, but you've underestimated Steve's ability to prepare for war. Essentially, he has turned the hotel into a trap-filled battleground where there is no love, but there's a lot of shrapnel. Illegal
Love maybe one day bloom.
Yeah, there's a lot of chicken bone shrapnel in various explosive traps, and
Ooh, if it's chicken bone shrapnel, we can use Clint as a mine detector.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. So it starts in risky. So tracking down Steve in the hotel with the traps starts at risky. So yeah. But yes, Clint, you can use your chicken sending power to navigate this minefield and find a path to where Steve is. Because now Steve's chicken scent is much stronger because he's setting all these traps as you were working on Sasha. So yeah. So
I will absolutely back you up.
Okay. How are you backing him up, Caden?
All right, I'm gonna be like, okay, you gotta if they're shrapnel bombs, you gotta focus not on the chicken smell, right, but that marrow smell, like right, that good bone smell. Get that in your head, just like focus on nothing but that, yeah.
Okay.
Also, we can see about if we
I like
can
how
get some industrial.
you help out nothing like chavving currently.
Yeah. You don't want a hype man? Is that what you're saying? You don't want a hype man?
I want you to wear a tracksuit and squat while you do it.
Can you also get some industrial vinegar to disarm the chicken bone traps?
All right, I like that. So, Mama, if you spend a appetite to do that, that'll have an improved effect. So,
absolutely, I will spend an appetite on that.
Okay,
bone solvent.
Get some bone solvent. So, Clint, go ahead, and this is risky. You'll have better effect though because you are you have all your team, so you get to one bonus die from Caden, so go ahead and roll.
Yeah, because I'm a half-baked mouthy bastard.
A 6 and a 4.
A 6? Yes. All right, yes. You successfully navigate the minefield, and you have come, and it goes all the way up to the roof. And Steve is staring at the setting sun with a bandana blowing majestically in the wind. There is a military footlocker next at his feet with lots of ration boxes all eaten and discarded. His stomach is quite bloated from eating all of the rations. He is fight to the death. Nice. Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yeah. All right. So beating Steve is going to be an 8 o'clock.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah. So you have to fight Metal Gear Steve.
Solid Steve.
Sorry. Yeah. And so this is going to be treated as a clock that you have to beat. You have to get 8 things without, and basically every complication you get, you'll have to make a resistance check. And so if you all run out of appetite, you'll all be knocked out, and he will escape. But if you can fill up the clock first, you will defeat him. So we'll just do this sort of as a simple kind of everyone take a turn to do something. So who has an idea of what they want to do first to fight Steve, to weaken him down? He is yeah.
So I kind of want to break his resolve a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna dig in, right? I'm gonna use my charm and my shady, which no one can tell for certain without hard evidence or damning proof whether or not I'm lying. And I'm just going to say, like, the deal with Satoshi is done. Like, there's no way out of this for you other than turn. Wait, what am I doing? There's no way out other than turn yourself in, mate. Satoshi's deal is done. The nom coin's not happening for you. It's done. It's not worth it. If you turn yourself in now, that's the best you get is walking out of here in one piece, right? There's no reward, there's no glory. It's over. You gotta just take it down a notch, and you gotta put your hands up. It's done.
Okay. Go ahead. That would be charm, obviously. And this is risky. I would say if you get at least a partial, you'll get 1 on it. If you get a 6, you get 2. Okay. And if you get a partial, if you get a critical, you'll get 3. Actually,
yeah. Can I use one of my gear is a reputation that I have, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna just like bullshit about my connections in the crypto world. Like, look, I don't know, like Caden Morbeef, all right? People know me all over this sort of crypto trading things, all right? And Satoshi, you are burned to him. It's done. All right, it's done, mate.
All right,
it's over.
I'll give you +1 on the thing with that, but you'll still have to. He'll do something that you'll have to resist if you get a complication.
Gotcha.
All right.
Could I also
is that a +1 aside from the other one, or
no? So it would be like 2, 3, 4 in terms of like things on the clock.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So I'm still just rolling my
regular
plus my dig in.
It gives you better effect. It doesn't give you anything. Yeah. So
could I also lend a hand to give them another dice through, basically as the tough grandma of the FDA, that you're not, dearie, you're not getting away with this. We've dealt with worse than you all this time, and If the chicken doesn't cook now, it's never cooking for you.
Okay. But you will be subject to the same complication.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Another dice, so go for it.
Big sixes. Come on. Let's see it. 5.
5. All right. So that's 2 on his clock. And you'll need to make, both of you need to make a resistance because, Steve, that may be true, but I am the ultimate warrior. I have the powers of the, with my beef stroganoff of the Army Rangers. I have it. I have the kimchi of South Korean commandos. I have the power of, Australian, Marines with the kangaroo jerky. I have the skills of 1,000 armies at my command. You cannot possibly, so it's psychological warfare. And he's just basically, going to give you the most epic
how
ass.
does rolling resistance work?
So basically, how he is trying to intimidate you right back. And he is quite being so supercharged with military rations that he is quite scary. So how would you resist losing your nerve? How would you resist the impulse to run away from this epic ass whooping you're about to get? I'm going
to go with, I don't know, instinct and either the fact that I am bold or mouthy, one of those most likely.
Instinct would be, trying to sidestep it or avoid it or negate his premise. So basically mouthy would work. It's like, those are all losing armies. So, all right, so roll.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, mate. I can't hear you over the smell of expired pot meat.
All right, so roll instinct. And then tell me your highest number.
Gotcha. 4.
So you take 2 appetite.
Oh shit.
Yeah. As you are quite stressed out by this. So and now Mama Maple.
Okay.
What do you same thing?
Would it be possible to utilize charm to talk myself up specifically? Oh, you have no idea how many people I've seen who thought the food they ate gave them the ability to transcend their mortal limitations.
Okay, yeah, you definitely can.
Okay, all right. 6.
All right,
Mama's seen some shit.
Ice cold water in her veins, apparently. So yeah, now Clint, as they're sort of sizing each other up, talking at each other, what are you going to be doing?
We're on the roof, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sneak up behind and tackle him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that works.
I'll try that.
That's acting fast. That would be instinct. And are you doing anything to improve your position? Or that's obviously risky. I would say this is a lot riskier. So it's not desperate because he is distracted.
Yeah.
I mean, Mama's pretty distracting.
So I would say this.
Can I dig in to improve effect?
Yeah, you definitely can. I would say
We'll do that.
with that you get 4 if you get at least a complication. But you'll obviously take risks. You'll obviously have to face consequences if you get a complication. Actually, no, it would be 3.
How many am I rolling? I have 2 in instinct.
You have 2 in instinct right now, so that's it.
Well, if you dug in, you dug in.
Well, you dug in. Then digging in gives you an extra die. It can give you the effect or the die, I believe. Let me double check. If you have a special perk or something that gives you,
I will get the die.
Yeah. All right, so that'll give you 2 or 3, depending on whether you get a partial or full success.
2 3s and a 6.
A 6.
6.
All right.
Woo!
So you tackle him. He's on the ground. And so you got him by surprise. He immediately switches to his QBA, QCQ, close.
Get him with the Liechtenstein.
Yeah. So you still have the Liechtenstein. So
yeah. Do we still have that? Yeah, we need to threaten that.
Get him, Grant. Get him.
You gotta hit him with the bad at army powder.
All right. Now, so Mama Maple, do you have the Liechtenstein rations?
Yeah.
Yes. So I was about to say, if we do it, can we threaten it? Can I use charm to threaten that?
No, just throw it. Just throw it.
I am fighting him right now.
Yeah. No talking.
We are currently engaged in melee combat.
Okay.
So the question, Mama Maple, is do you want a I'd say your position and effect are going to be different. If you take a desperate position, you'll get a much greater effect. And the desperate position will be collateral damage. What's that? So
he's a tough boy. He can take it.
Okay.
All right. All right. Let's see if Clint can take this right now. So, hurling that as hard as I can.
All right.
So I would say you should probably dig in for that, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I cannot
I guess,
lend you a hand, by the way, because my appetite has been redrained.
I'm assuming that's a guts roll too.
Yeah.
I will
let you use instincts for this because it's throwing. It's about speed.
Can I lend a hand because I'm fighting?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You can, because you are fighting. That is actually how that works.
And I will dig in as well. So, all right. So to give us the best option, the best chance. So, all right.
All right. This will be desperate. This will finish him off if you get at least a partial. But
6.
Yeah. All right.
What does he look like? Corrupted by the Liechtensteinian military that existed for 1 week in 1980.
Yeah.
Oh good no!
It's like that time that Batman uploaded like Stephen Hawking's prowess into some guy.
Yeah. This is the Liechtensteinian army was really into Eurovision, which I don't know how long ago it was. And they're training, so he starts doing a dance routine. What ABBA song is he practicing to?
It's definitely Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so he's doing Mamma Mia.
There he goes again.
Yeah, there he goes again.
How can we resist him?
He is easy to handcuff at that point. You've caught him. He has the burner phone that was used to buy the haggis. So you have a really strong case against him. So you've wrapped the case. So we move on to or what do you say to him after you arrest him and he's recovers a bit from the Liechtensteinian ration, at least enough that he can hear you?
The only rations you're going to be eating are from Sodexo Food Services.
No.
Yeah.
So
true heroes. It's like helped us out here at look at the remains of the Liechtensteinian MRE.
All right. So you've cracked the case. You caught your suspect. So we can move on to downtime. Well, actually, there's 2 bits: downtime and debriefing. Debriefing is figuring out how I'm at XP because the case, the conspiracy. You now have a lead into your next case, which is what was Namcoin up to? What was Satoshi Marlowe up to? What were they looking into? And let's see here. Where is debriefing? There it is. Nope. Well, let's just do downtime first because that I know where that is. All right. So, Clinton, you have 2 downtime activities. The other 2 of you, since you already used one to rest and recover, you have 1. They are connect. That's connecting, reinforcing a personal connection, recovering from conditions. None of you suffered a condition, so you don't have to worry about that. Improvise, put your efforts towards a clever scheme or strive to make something new. Rest and recovery, you could do that again. Stay on the case, so you could be looking at a nom coin, or work it to improve your performance rating and earn a favor from a department head, i.e. So improving your faction's reputation, clearance, or fund.
Rest and recover is how you get appetite back, right?
Yeah.
I will do that.
All right, so basically describe how you're taking some rest and recovery and how many approaches you can do that, and you can get 1d6 for each approach you touch on. And if you bring in your partners, if like you want to do go out drinking, something like that, and somebody else wants to burn their thing, you both get a plus 1d6. If you go.
I will smoke a bunch of weed with my federal law enforcement partners to be half baked. But it's only mids because it's well aged weed, which doesn't get better. So We're going to smoke a bunch of bad weed to calm down. So that's two approaches.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
not particularly refined, but we're going to do those two things if you want to join me. But that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. No, I'm in on that. I was gonna half baked as well, and I'm gonna while we're getting high, I will be mouthy and talk about how much we fucking crushed this, and those food filming sickos had no idea what they were up against. Like we are the fucking dream team, mates. This is good day. Yeah. Screw 'em.
So you roll however many approaches you
and because you got your partner involved, you both get 1d6 for that. So yeah, number of approaches plus your partner. So
okay.
And then so we can each
and then you heal that much up?
Well, yeah, your highest number. That's how much you heal.
Oh, okay. So I got a 5.
So yeah, you recover 5 if that was your highest number. So
6, yes.
Then you get 6 back. So Caden, you're done. You've just been partying, resting, and recovering. It's been a very stressful case for you. Mama Maple, what do you want to do for your other downtime activity?
So right now I still haven't dealt with the clock with my rival.
Right. So you can neutralize that. That would basically be working it and or no, actually it's improvise. So go ahead and how are you dealing with Betty, your rival?
Particularly because we still have, you know what, we're just going to go off with a full-on bake-off that she has, that's like constantly insulted most of my confectionery devices. So before she gets back into the office, I am going to go through the maintenance log to see if there's anything particularly wrong with her office, either with actually, no, I know exactly what to do with the air conditioning unit. I am going to use use Cool Mint cookie filters in there to basically correct any of the temperatures.
Okay.
The temperature.
So this is a simple project. So it's 4 segments. Would Charmer? I think Charmer Instinct would work on that probably.
My baking skills, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, Instinct, I guess, because you're observing, trying to figure her out. So yeah.
Okay.
So roll Instinct.
Okay.
And let me know what your highest one is.
All right.
And it's obviously if it's a crit, then
yeah. 5.
5. You get two segments on it, so 2 out of 4. So next downtime you'll be able to fulfill that, and you can either to deal with you'll have the perfect way to deal with your rival, and then you can figure out what reward you want to get from that, like groom her as an informant or have her get a favor from her that she has to do, or dig up dirt you can use against somebody. You'll get something out of it.
Okay.
And then finally Clint, what do you want to do on your last downtime activity?
I guess I'll work the case.
Okay. Yeah. Figure out more about Satoshi. So let's see, probably instinct to just observe and figure things out.
Who's? No.
Okay.
I don't do that.
Rough.
You get 1 segment on it, so yeah. Yeah, it's you don't figure out much. Yeah. So now we go into the performance rating. So director Tyson Zaxby in between asking you about Pastelent and wants you to buy some samples at least. Asks did you maintain a low profile during this? Okay.
Well, questionable. Yeah.
All right. So I'll give you let's see here. Probably 1 segment on that then. Once you get so each one has an 8 segment clock. And when you get that filled up, the rating goes up by 1, and you can obviously work on that. So let's see here. I would say 1. You weren't absolutely none of the bad clocks actually exploded, so that was all right. Funding, did you complete the investigation as assigned? You did do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah, slam dunk.
So clearance is at 1. Funding is at 3 then. And then reputation. Did you improve the FDA's reputation?
I mean, we caught a murderer. Is that not worth nothing?
You did threaten a lot of people with torture and stuff like that.
Oh, come on!
Actually torture anyone.
They were food tubers, right? That hardly qualifies.
All right, I'll give you 2 for that.
We were putting on a show. That's all we were doing.
Yeah. And then so for personal things, individual questions, answering in the affirmative gain an XP, or so let's see here. Agent Rudaburger, did you advance or resolve? Did you resolve the investigation, or did you embody one or more of your approaches this session?
I definitely did.
Yeah. What approach did you embody?
Half-baked. Sort of.
All right, you get an XP.
Tried cockamamie schemes until they worked.
All right. Let's see here. Agent Morbeef, did you embody any of your approaches this session?
I mean, I would say, yeah, I was pretty mouthy, right?
All right. All right. You also get an XP for that. Mama Maple, did you embody any of your approaches this session?
I believe I was the most charming and affable person I could be while providing information and support to my fellow agents.
Huh.
Okay. Very good. So you get an experience as well. Let's see here. Group questions. Let's see here. You did advance. So you all get an XP for that. You did advance the investigation. So actually, you all also advanced the investigation, so you all get an XP for that. So you all got 2 for individual questions. Okay. And then, did you make a new connection or deepen an existing one? As a group, did you make a new connection or deepen an existing one? You didn't really deepen an existing one because this is the first session. So did you make a new connection in terms of the what the big picture is?
Well, I mean, we also got some dirt on May and Junko, their underground weapon food ring.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, we got some dirt there. That can be useful later.
All right, so you all get an XP for that. So you should all be up to 4 right now. And Agent Rudaburger, would you like to commend a fellow agent?
That was the best confectionery torture device I've ever seen. For the FDA.
All
right. Agent Morbeef, would you like to commend a fellow agent?
Yeah. I honestly, I think I found Clint's well, I mean, he put together the screw with them with giant pretend torture machine plan, which I thought was pretty inspired. Yeah,
you're really Agent Morbeef. You're really into this. You're really. I'm hearing a lot about this torture machine.
It's not torture if you don't do anything with it. It's just getting them to internally think about themselves being tortured, right? It's not doing nothing, but it still gets results.
Maybe I haven't had enough patience, but I feel like I should go take this to the lawyers. But
yeah. Well, maybe you should consider the fact that pestilent rhymes with pestilence, and that's not a great marketing move.
Yes, well, I guess I will take it to the lawyers then. Agent Maple, would you like to commend a fellow agent at all?
Absolutely. I would like to commend Agent Morbeef's ability to turn his to find interest in good ways to be able to utilize the surge option to get information out of our fellows over at the
I mix a good cocktail. Yeah.
Yep. So it was absolute mixology investigation.
Thank you.
I see. I see. Well, all right. So the case of the Grub Con murder has been solved, but as you're all resting and recovering, smoking weed or making black licorice devices, you get a text back from Director Zaxby's. There's been a mass kidnapping. Everyone at Grub Con has disappeared. You have to find them. before it's too late. So we'll find out what happens to these poor souls.
Wait. Everyone, like the people presenting, or everyone, like including the attendees, like big old empty
All
conference
the
center.
hundreds,
like rapture of the food.
Dozens of people have been disappeared. Well, not everybody, but dozens of people have disappeared. It's vexing. So yeah, you'll have to. That's your next case, the case of the missing attendees. Like the missing tenders. So yeah, questions, comments, discussions. What do you guys think?
Oh my god, FoodCon definitely would call their attendance tendies, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I feel sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, this was insane, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, good times.
Okay.
And yeah, what you're talking about, honestly, it does. I do really feel like it is a more streamlined version of the Blades in the Dark system that flows a little bit more evenly.
Yeah, I really do like, especially like how Resistances just used your direct ratings instead of like a derived thing, because that was a bit abstract. And boiling down to cracking the case has been fun.
Definitely less ultra violence than the actual graphic novels.
Well, I mean, there were an underground fight ring with meat weapons.
That's true.
And chicken bone shrapnel binds, and you did have a metal.
Here
I go weapon crafting again.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
or haggis garroting.
Yeah, haggis garroting. Like, yeah, it started with a murder. Like, I mean, I feel like that was pretty good. Yeah, Caleb, any thoughts?
I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty interesting to move the downtime actions and change the cracking the case kind of thing to a heist. So
yeah. So before we go, is there anything you'd like to plug, Caleb?
I have a bunch of things that I do, but you can find me on Linktree at HebenonGCal. So it's got all my stuff.
Got all the stuff. Aaron.
You can follow me at Aaron Carson on Twitter, and also on Railery Podcast streaming on Twitch. Wednesday evenings, we're currently going through Wilderbith right now, although the videos will be up for that for a while. So
cool. And Thad.
I spend too much time on Twitter at That Is Strange, and I also intermittently co-host a podcast about movies called Beneath the Screen of the Ultra Critics.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's all we have for this session. But this is a 2-part game. We'll find out what happened to those the case of the missing tendies. As we investigate what could be behind it. Perhaps something you've already know. Something that was already mentioned. Dun dun dun. But anyways, we'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye.